Sonics basketball is a presentation of Full House Sports and Entertainment. Sonic Basketball is brought to you by Cold Filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Get out of the old, get into the cold. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Tacoma Dome, where tonight the Seattle Supersonics meet the Charlotte Hornets. The Sonics now 37-15, and the Charlotte Hornets at 34-21. Hello again, Kevin Calabro, joined by Marcus Johnson. We mentioned the fact that Charlotte now has the 34 wins. They are just percentage points out of first place in the Central Division. They're 5 games ahead of their best record ever at this point in franchise history. And why not? They do it with a great big man in the middle, Alonzo Mourning.
Yeah, Zoe, a terrific player. You know, when he was at Georgetown, I didn't think he would be as good an offensive player as he is, but he's shown an uncanny ability to knock down the long-range jump shot. He's shooting it from all over the place. You see the stats over the last 4 games. An incredible shooting percentage, always steady on the boards, one of the best bodies in the league, spends a lot of time in the weight room, a great finisher inside. And again, the thing that's really helped his game is the fact that he's knocked down the jump shot consistently.
Of course, he was a high pick, 2nd overall in the draft, and this is his 3rd year. Then you've got Larry Johnson, who was the top pick 2 years ago, and he is really coming on now since a horrid year last year.
Yeah, last year he missed some 33 games because of the back injury. A lot of people wondered whether Grandmama would ever regain his form. Well, people, Grandmama is back, and he's back with a vengeance. You saw what he did against the Suns, 22 points, a big 14.
Will you please rise for our national anthem, performed tonight by a local quartet recognized as the Northwest's best vocal group. Now, you've heard them on television commercials, on BET, and as the opening act for many sold-out Northwest concerts featuring Joseph Spears, Lee Connerly, and the former Washington Husky football players Ronnie Rowland and Antoine Richardson. Will you please welcome the main attraction?
Boom, 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 boom,
oh, say, can you see? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night
that our flag was still there.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Whoa, the land and of the free, and the home of the
Welcome back to the Tacoma Dome, where the Seattle Supersonics have built a 22-5 record. They meet the Charlotte Hornets for the first time this year. The Hornets, as we mentioned, 5 games ahead of their best year at this point of the season. And they have a healthy Larry Johnson. He's had a lot to do with it. As Marcus mentioned, he missed close to 33 games last year. It had a real impact. And of course, Alonzo Mourning had a period when he had a torn calf muscle, and he missed a few games last year as well. In all, 52 games missed between the two, but they still had a .500 record at 41-41. We'll come back to take a look at the two combatants in a moment here on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's starting lineups, first of all, for the visiting Charlotte Hornets, with assistant coaches Bill Hanslick, T.R. Dunn, and John Bach. The trainer is Terry Koffler, and the head coach Alan Bristow. And the starting lineup tonight for the Hornets, a 5'3" guard from Wake Forest, number 1, Tyrone Muggsy Bowes. A 6'3" guard from Bradley, number 3, Hersey Hawkins. 6'10" center from Georgetown, number 33, Alonzo Mourning. A 6'7" forward from Connecticut, number 24, Scott Burrell. And a 6'7" forward from UNLV, number 2, Larry Johnson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet for your Seattle Supersonics.
Well, let's meet the Seattle Supersonics starting lineup tonight. Gary Payton, who did not work out in this morning's shoot-around and only saw half a day's practice yesterday because they felt it was better to treat the back spasms than for him to practice. Makes perfect sense. Averaging nearly 20 points per ball game, 7 assists, and nearly 3 steals per contest. He ranks only behind Scottie Pippen in the ranks of the top thieves in the NBA. It'll be Payton at the point guard. Kendall Gill will be at the shooting guard spot. He, of course, spent 3 years wearing the Charlotte colors, now in his 5th year, averaging 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, nearly 2 steals per contest. Gill will have the unenviable job tonight of having to check Hersey Hawkins. That'll be a key matchup. As Marcus mentioned, Sam Perkins will get the call. A bigger body on Larry Johnson inside to kind of mix things up. Perkins, 6'9", 255 in his 11th year. Detlef Schrempf, 6'10" and 235 from Washington in his 10th year. That'll be a mismatch as Scott Burrell at 6'7" and 218 will be sent out, I suppose, to match up with Detlef Schrempf. We'll take a look at the matchups in a moment. And, of course, the starting 5 for George Karl, complemented by Sean Kemp, the Rain Man, averaging nearly 19 points and 10 rebounds per contest. George Karl in his 4th season with the Sonics, an outstanding 182 wins and a 706 winning percentage. You can't beat that. Alan Bristow, his opposite part now in his 4th season. This is a make or break year, many people say, for Alan Bristow's fortunes as the head coach of the Hornets with a 150 and 151 mark. Let's take a look at the matchups. And with the matchups, our Wizard of Westwood, Marcus Johnson.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Should be a very exciting basketball game. Should be almost like playoff intensity that we see when the Sonics play San Antonio, when they play Phoenix, all the good teams, Orlando. Look at the matchups. Larry Johnson, Sean Kemp, 2 very strong players, both good low post players. Small forward, you talked about Scottie Burrell, 6'7" against 6'10" Detlef. We should see Detlef posting up quite a bit tonight. Scottie Burrell can knock down a 3-pointer. In the middle, Alonzo Mourning, Sam Perkins. Even though Sam will probably guard Larry Johnson a lot, they'll double Alonzo Mourning at every opportunity. In the backcourt, Hersey Hawkins, he can knock it down. Out of Bradley, Kendall Gill, also from the Midwest, out of Illinois. These two should have a good time out here tonight going at each other. In the point guard, here's a tough matchup. Tyrone Bogues at 5'3", Gary Payton. Bogues really tough to defend because of his size. He's all over the place. Real pesky little point guard.
There's a pesky point guard out of Everett. His name is Dennis Erickson, and he is the new Seahawks head coach. I think he's going to do an outstanding job with the Hawks this year. as he has at every level of football that he's coached. The tip won by the Supersonics. Good to have Dennis Erickson in the house tonight. Payton with a dribble out high on the right side. Gill works through traffic, top of the key, gets it, poised, fires a three, rips it off, rim left, rebound, Alonzo Mourning. Zoe to Tiny Tyrone. Crossover dribble, shut off outside to Burrell. They'll send it, trailing on the play to Alonzo. An 18-footer in the key, rimmed it. Rebound, grabbed by Payton up the floor to Detlef Schrempf on the left wing. Detlef takes Larry Johnson baseline left, wheels it cross court over to Gill, now to Kemp in the corner, checked by Mourning. Down low in the post up, Gary had it, but Bogue sneaks in, strips him of the ball and taps it out of bounds. Sonic ball.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice pass inside to Gary Payton from Sean Kemp, and there's Bogues right at chest level slapping it away.
The inbounds pass, Gill on the baseline from Gary. Hoists one up from 20 rims. He's 0 for 2. Rebound to Scott Burrell. Out it comes to Bogues down the left wing. Gary Payton looking left and right, avoiding picks. They bring it low to Mourning, draws a double team, pivots to the baseline, swings it outside with it to Larry Johnson. LJ across the key. Hawkins up fakes, drives the baseline. Looked like he tried to push a pass across the alley to Burrell. It is deflected by a Sonic up and out of bounds. 5 on the shot clock for the Charlotte Hornets. And Burrell will bring it in bounds to Bogues. Lunging for it, Payton. Bogues has a step into the lane. Double team, tried to pass off, did. It got through over there to Johnson somehow. He's able to hoist it off before the buzzer and knock it down for 2-0 lead.
Because of the back injury last year, Larry Johnson's had to adapt his game. He's more of a perimeter jump shooter now. He was all power a couple of years ago.
Right now he's on the block covering Schrempf. Detlef backs in, draws a double team by Bogues. Out to Gary for a three. Got it. Gary Payton drains a three, and Seattle leads 3-2.
Nice inside out. Detlef gave it up when he was double teamed.
Bogues swings it over to Burrell on the baseline. Steps right, goes left into the lane over to Mourning. Powers in with a dribble, plants it up on the glass, rimmed it. Rebound deflected outside to Detlef, 3-on-2. Gary on his right, lobs it to Gary, goes to get it, pumps it up and in from the belt buckle.
Role reversal. This time Gary the recipient of the lob pass.
5-2, nice play. Bogues high on the right side, covered by Payton. On top it comes to Mourning. Out on the wing to Hawkins, overplay by Gill. Hawkins strolls to the baseline, leans into a 15-footer and pumps it home.
Yeah, that's one area of his game that's a lot stronger than Kendall's at this point. That's shooting off the dribble.
5-4 the count. Payton outside, whirls off the Perkins pick. We have a whistle. Tony Brothers, joined by Teddy Bernhardt, Jess Kersey, our officials tonight. And Brothers has a foul outside on Tiny Tyrone. It's his first.
Yeah, you can see the Sonics game plan. They want to take advantage of Gary's just awesome height advantage, 6'4" to 5'3", so they're going to just lob it up to him any chance they can.
Sonics bring it in bounds, in low, block left. Perkins driven out of there by Mourning and Burrell. Turns, he's open from 20 and he got it. Sam Perkins nails his first two. Charlotte a little confused on the defensive assignment.
Yeah, major full part. Two guys left Sam wide open. He can shoot it.
Bogues out high, looking to go to a two-man play with LJ. Nice job by Gary to drop down low and prevent the pass to LJ. Now it goes to LJ, but way out on the wing. Back to Bogues, and he hits a 15-footer. I guess better have Bogues hurt you from outside than LJ on the block.
Oh, without question. Well, LJ on the block, he'll get you in foul trouble real early. You go to the free throw line, you get players in foul trouble, have to come out of the game.
And that's not good.
Nope.
Because we paid big money to come see the Stars play. We want to see the Stars play. Payton off the Kemp pick and roll over to the Rain Man. Blasts inside, powers run up over Mourning and in.
Yeah, it's a nice matchup. Two very talented big guys and on the inside.
9-6 the score. Johnson up fakes outside, dribbles into the lane, lost the dribble off his foot, goes to get it. Kemp pulls it away to midcourt on the dribble, shoots it ahead to Perkins, and he comes with a finger roll lay-in on the break. Great play by Kemp.
Yeah, the Hornets played down in Phoenix yesterday. A lot of their guys played over 40 minutes, especially LJ and Zoe. The Sonics want to push it up at every opportunity.
11-6 the score. Scott Burrell comes back and drills a wide-open three.
Yeah, he's really turned this game around. Last year he was 0 for 6 from the three-point line. This year he's one of the league leaders, or he was right before the All-Star break.
11-9 the count, 8:26 to go, first quarter play. Payton will bring it across midcourt. Covered by Bogues. Now he sprints to the inline. He's doubled by Mourning, gives to Kemp. Nice pass across the alley, in the corner, far side. Detlef for three, he nailed it.
Well, we talked about the Hornets and their spot up three-point shooting, but the Sonics did a good job themselves drawing the double team. When you get the mismatch, Payton against Bogues, finding the open three-point spot up shooter.
14-9 score. Seattle playing energized here in the first 4 minutes of the first quarter. Johnson sideline left, double teamed out on top to Bogues. Back to LJ, out beyond the three-point arc with 7 on the shot clock. They rotated to Burrell, double team, over to Hawkins, to the baseline. Herky-jerky, change of pace dribble, plants the ball off the foot and out of bounds. Second turnover on the Charlotte Hornets. Seattle will take it, leading by 5.
You know, Seattle's almost getting away with the zone, Kevin. They're not aggressively double teaming. They're just kind of taking a step toward the ball, and when the pass is made, it's a lot shorter run to get back and recover.
Yeah, that overplay by Payton on the double team of Johnson without the ball a moment ago, I thought could have been caught. Inside Kemp from Perkins. Walks right into Mourning, who thought he did walk. Just Kersey saw otherwise, and it's a foul on Alonzo Mourning. First foul on Alonzo.
Mourning out of Chesapeake, Virginia, 4 years at Georgetown. His scoring average increased almost every year to finally topping out at about 21 points a game his senior year. Again, he's really surprised me that he could knock down the jump shot as consistently as he had on this level.
And he is suited up and looks like a gladiator. He has wristbands left and right. He's got the high tape job all the way up nearly to the base of the calves.
And look at those calves.
He's strapped up. He's ready to go. Sean Kemp.
Those are calves. Those are cows.
They sure are. I'm telling you. Steers, baby.
God dang.
It's a 16-9 ball game. 7:19 to go, first quarter. Seattle leading on Kemp's 2 free throws. Johnson in the block. Turns on the dotted line and another turnover. 3-second violation on the young Hornets. And they are a young club when you consider the nucleus. Mourning in his 3rd year, Johnson in his 4th year. Alan Bristow a little upset on the sideline in his 4th year. He was a player. 6 years an assistant with Doug Moe, so you know he's got a vocabulary. Here's Payton, sideline left. Turns off the Kemp screen. Stops top of the key. Swings it over to Det. Fades off the Kemp's pick from 20. He missed it. Rebound grabbed by Mourning. 16-9. Seattle on top by 7. Their largest lead. Moves down the left side over to Hawkins. Swivels. Gill with him. Steps right, goes left. Pull up Jay on the move. He is fouled. In fact, Shrimp and Hawkins go spilling off into the baseline crowd there and off onto our photographer. We have a foul called on the Sonics. Kendall Gill, his first. So timeout on the floor. Seattle playing well early. Leading by 7, 16-9 with 6:50 to go in the first quarter. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Poster. So if you didn't get your poster tonight, they'll be available starting tomorrow at all Western Washington BP locations. So pick up your free BP Collector's poster at any one of the 200.
Take a look at Sean Kemp. Gets a nice feed inside from Gary Payton. The power dribble, the explosion, the squib dunk. Kind of got caught up on the rim, but it still counts as 2. Nice pass from Gary Payton. Just good, solid position defense by Sean Kemp, avoiding the foul. Now he's going to initiate the fast break. Good pass ahead to Sam Perkins and Tyrone Bogues at 5'3". Nothing he can do against the bigger player, Sam Perkins. Here's another good pass from Sean Kemp. Sean doing it all tonight as Detlef Shrimp has time to spot up, and you know what's happening after that. He's knocking down the open 3.
Charlotte 4 of 6 early going. Seattle 6 of 9, 67%. But the Hornets have turned the ball over 3 times, and the Sonics have capitalized for a couple of buckets off those turnovers. Rebounding 3-2 Charlotte early. And the 3-point shot. Seattle's hit a couple. They're 2 of 3. Burrell launched and hit 1, the only attempt of the night for the Hornets. That gives him now 78 of 186, a little better than 41% from 3-point range. Welcome back to the Tacoma Dome. Along with Marcus Johnson, I'm Kevin Calabro. The Sonics off to an energized start, leading the Hornets 16-9 with 6:50 to go in the first quarter of play. The Sonics have evenly distributed the scoring. Payton with 5, including a 3. Perkins a couple of hoops. Kemp a bucket and 2 free throws, and Shrimp has hit a 3. Percy Hawkins out of Chicago, went to Bradley in Peoria, Illinois. And what's that? That's a city. Hawkins hits
it's
the
a city, fool. Peoria. No, but he really filled it up at Brad. I think he averaged 35 points a game his senior year, led the country in scoring. It's an outstanding jump shot. Now Hornets picking up the pressure, full court press.
And the Sonics break it. Shrimp to Kemp. Oh, no! With the left-handed flush. Get out the way. Clear the building. Oh, good golly.
I'm speechless.
Oh, boy. Burrell right back at it with a 2-handed flush.
Don't blink. And they stay in this full court pressure.
18-13, 6:27 to go in the first quarter. Shrimp to midcourt. Detlef to Gary, fades into the corner, checked by Hawkins, backs him into the paint, double teamed. Outside it comes to Gill, jab steps on Bogue, sends it low to Gary, plants, pops in the lane, fall away, 12-footer, got it.
Yeah, Gary looks real nice out there tonight offensively, a lot better than he did the last ball game.
20-13 the count, 6:07 to go first quarter. Out high, left wing Burrell, top side to Mourning. Mourning to Burrell, skips it over to Johnson. Flanked out wide on the right. Bogues on the weak side, streaks to the glass. Nice pass. LJ hooks it to him. He lays it home. Seattle will come right back. Detlef with the ball. Backing down left wing. Checked by Burrell. He's the smaller player. Detlef backs him. Doubled by Mourning. Nearly knocked down. Out on top. Head of the key to Perkins. Over to Gill. Got to hit the stroke. He hit a three. Kendall Gill left open. Knocks down the bomb.
Yeah, Kendall struggles. Misses first two. Hopefully he'll settle down now. You get pumped up playing against your extra team, your old team. You want to play so well.
8 points. Sonic lead. Their largest. Hawkins out on time. Up fakes. Drives it right side. Shut off by Kemp. Good defense. Outside to Bogues. Down low to Mourning. Kemp recovers. He and Peyton double Mourning. Out on top to Hawkins. Swing it to Burrell for the threes. Hit one already. Nails another one.
Yeah, it's no joke. You can knock it down. The Sonics continue to double team Zoe. It's leaving somebody open on the perimeter.
23-18 to score. Peyton in low. On the block. Perkins back. Slapped away by Burrell. Perkins will get it. Backs, turns, fall away Jay. Good if it goes. It rims, and a foul called. And this one is on Scott Burrell. It is the first foul on this youngster who was drafted by the Mariners in the '89 amateur baseball draft to pitch.
Scotty Burrell, too much contact, and I guess he must be a pretty decent pitcher. He pitched, what, 3 seasons, 90, 91, 92 in the minor leagues.
With the Toronto Blue Jays, he decided to turn down the Mariners, went back to school, but picked up the Jays offer apparently a year later. Perkins hits the free throw. He was a pitcher, and I guess a good one.
Yeah, it always amazes me how guys can excel like that in 2 sports. John Elway, football, playing for the Yankees, and baseball.
And anything Dion does, I bet he's a pretty good pool player.
Right.
Put him on skates, he'd probably handle himself pretty well. Burrell inside to Johnson, follow-away jumper from 10-0. Kemp with a rip. The midcourt, here he comes. Look at a Rayman break out of the blocks. Ahead to Gary to the glass.
Oh, no.
Missed the finger roll. Rebound battle. Burrell's got it. Burrell. Lead pass midcourt with it. Tiny Tyrone double team. Cross-court Hawkins. Plant pops. Missed it. Rebound LJ. LJ will back down on Big Smooth. LJ double team. Outside of Burrell. Sets his feet. Defense creeps up on him. He swings it over to Hawkins for the 3. Missed it badly. Good rebound by Detlef. Looks left and right. He's in a foot race up the floor. He'll go the distance. Trying to dump it low to Kemp. Came down off a Hornet and out of bounds. It'll be Sonic ball.
Yeah, Detlef held on to it. He was trying to wait to see what was going to happen, if things were going to open up. Either should have taken it himself or thrown a little lob pass right over the top to Sean Kemp, who got out ahead of the pack.
This is a track meet. These are well-conditioned athletes at the midway point of the season. And they right now are hanging down, hands on knees. Here's the inbounds before Parrish can actually get in for Hersey Hawkins. Robert Parrish going on now into his 19th year in the NBA. That is just phenomenal.
Yes, it is indeed. The Chief. He's had some great years with Boston, won some championships, decided to play a couple more years. Charlotte looked like a good place playing behind Zoe, I guess he thought, but right now he's playing alongside Alonzo Mourning. But he can still give you some decent minutes. He can still shoot that high extension jump shot.
Hawkins goes out. That means Burrell will probably go up to the 2 spot. And now here's Peyton on the inbounds with 18 on the shot clock. He'll bring it into Kemp. Gary will get it back, sideline right. Comes off the Perkins screen, drives up into the alley. Tried to float one up on the run, is handcuffed and fouled. This would be the 2nd foul on Bogues, and it is the 2nd on Bogues. He had 3 fouls in the first half of yesterday's game against the Phoenix Suns, and that dramatically curtailed Charlotte's offense. They didn't seem to be the same since his early foul trouble.
No, his strength is that he takes care of the basketball. I talked about his 5-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. He's had 7 turnovers in the last 5 games, 170 minutes worth of action, just 7 turnovers. I mean, that's phenomenal for your point guard.
It really is. 27-18 the score. The Sonics with a couple of free throws from Peyton lead it now by 9. 4:10 to go first quarter. Bogues high on the left side. Skips it to Mourning. Doubled on the block by Perkins and Kemp. Hooks it outside. Johnson over to Tyrone. Good from 15. He'll flick it up. He got it. Tyrone Bogues has a half dozen. And he's proven so far that he's come to stroke the game. He had the tough time yesterday, as we mentioned, but he's 3 for 3 early. In low, Peyton doubled on the block. Outside of Perkins, over to Gill. Sets for the 3. Drew Mourning up on him. Sends it to the baseline to Kemp under through him. Sean picks it up, sends it back to Gill, and he hits another 3. This time with Mourning running at him.
Kendall starting another roll. Again, about 2 weeks ago, I said I'd barely see him hit 2 or 3 shots in a row, but he's been doing that with a lot more frequency lately.
30-20 the score. Pokes in low. Morning with it. Turns into the lane. High hook on the run. It hangs on the rim and rolls in. Morning with his first bucket. Sonics lead is 8 with 3:18 to go in the first quarter. Gill to Perkins. Early offense. He'll walk it outside. Look at Payton posted low. Clear the lane for him. He's got it. Turns to the baseline. Fires over Tyrone, but left it short. Burrell skies in for the rebound. Up ahead of Oaks. He'll run Gary the other way. Chest pass to Johnson. Early offense. Morning in the lane from the dotted line. The high hook. You can't stop that one, can you?
You cannot stop it, and you have to keep him out of the lane. But Sean Kemp, he was back transition defense. Alonzo just went right to the middle of the paint, turned and posted up. As you mentioned, early offense effective for Charlotte.
30-24 the score. Dead on the block. Shakes and bakes. Turns. Drew the double team. Burrell flying at him. Foul called, however, on Larry Johnson. Shooting foul will send Shrimp to the line when we come back after the timeout. Score 30-24. Seattle by 6. 2:44 left in a good game here in the first quarter on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Red Dog here. Look at him. Making fools of themselves. And for what? A pat on the head and a dog biscuit?
What do you think of that?
You got a mind of your own.
Oh.
Know what I'm saying? Do what's right for you. Hey, buddy, nothing personal.
Red Dog beer. Bold yet smooth, easy to drink.
But I don't jump through hoops for nobody.
Sometimes you don't want to go to school. You want to go to some place that's going to make you happy. And if a friend's house is going to do that, then that's the best option for you at that time.
It makes it tough. Some days I get up, I don't want to go to practice. But what I'm thinking is, if I don't go to practice, when we play the New York Knicks and I'm not prepared, then I'm in trouble.
That's a job. School doesn't pay you anything.
You're right, but it takes preparation. It takes hard work. It takes all of the things associated with the job. The benefit of education doesn't necessarily come then. It comes later.
A distant planet under attack from the evil marauding space predators. To save their race, the valiant Marchelonians cast a child into the inky void. And as the child sojourned, he learned the wisdom of the ages. To dribble, to pass, and most importantly, to take it to the hole. It was his birthright. He is Sharunas of Marchelonia.
Rock City, baby.
Superhuman, supersonic.
With Marcus Johnson, I'm Kevin Calabro at the Woodshed in Tacoma, where Alonzo Mourning has hit a couple of buckets back-to-back to pull the Hornets to within 6.
Doing it all in the low post, single coverage, just kind of stumbled into that Patrick Ewing-like hook shot. Seeing Patrick Ewing work out a lot together during the offseason, and this time during the early offense, just gets too good a position on Sean Kemp right in front of the hoop. Nice jump hook for the finish. Sean has got to bump him out higher, keep him from getting that low and that close to the basket.
Look at that stat. Both teams shooting 10 of 15, 67% from the line. It's an old-fashioned Western shootout. Detlef to the line, misses the free throw. Seattle had been 6 of 6 from the line.
And the Sonics believe that if they keep up this pace, that the Hornets will eventually wilt. They had a tough game Friday against the Lakers. They had a tough game Sunday against Phoenix. Now they're here in Seattle playing again.
The Sonics have hit 4 of 5 from three-point range. Charlotte 2 of 4. Bogues handles the ball after the made free throw. Skips it low to LJ. Backs down on Shrimp. Fall away. Windmill. J won't go. Rebound grabbed by Nate McMillan. Along with Cartwright, he's checked into the lineup. Mack on the backcourt. Fires a bullet to Payton. Back it comes to Nate, negotiating the alley. Circles outside the three-point ring. Checked by Mourning. Over to Kemp. Kemp whirls to the baseline, shut off, tried to shovel it to Nate. Ball plied free, poked to midcourt. LJ there, swings it ahead to Bogues. He picks the ball up about 6 inches off the floor, right about chest level. Skips it in low. Johnson runs into the lane. Fall-away jumper, good. He's fouled, and Larry Johnson will go to the line. What a shot.
That was a tremendous shot. That's the difference in Larry Johnson this year than in the years past. A lot of his shots now are going away from the basket, fall-away jump shots. And even watch this running hook. He's got Gary Payton posted up. He's going to like fall back, baby, throw it up with the one hand, nothing but bottom. But he's doing a lot of things going away from the contact now, and I think it's because of that back injury sustained a couple of years ago.
Larry Johnson steps up to the line and hits the free throw.
But he's still effective. He's putting up some nice numbers, not rebounding as well as he did the first couple of years, but hey, something's got to give.
31-27 to score, a minute 58 to go in the first quarter. Michael Adams, a longtime veteran in the lineup for the Charlotte Hornets. Peyton over to McMillan, drives into the lane, drew the double team, dumps it out to Cartwright. He'll hand off to Kemp, baseline right, steps right, goes left, a leaping, running right-hander. What a beauty over Scott Morrell, nothing but net. 8 points per shot.
That's a graceful looking play. That's a 6'10" power forward taking a 6'7" small forward off the dribble.
33-27 to score. The Sonics lead it by 6. Adams tosses it low to Mourning. He's doubled. Double clutches the pass and is fouled, reaching in Detlef Schrempf. Says Tony Brothers, it is the first foul on Detlef, who will come to the bench nevertheless, and Vinny Askew will check in for him.
Sonics stand with their game planning, want to double team aggressively against the Zoe. Zoe steps back away from the double team like he's supposed to get better vision. They say Detlef fouled in there. I didn't see the foul, at least not right there. He might have got him on the hand.
Del Curry will check in for Charlotte and Vincent Askew in for the Sonics. So let's set the lineup for you. Curry and Adams are the Charlotte guards. Johnson, Parrish, and Mourning up front. Vincent Askew, Gary Payton, Cartwright, Kemp, and McMillan for Seattle. 1:20 left, first quarter play. 33-27, Seattle by 6. Mourning into the lane with a flush. He is fouled and will go to the line. Mourning on the block, drops, steps to the hole, and jams it down.
I tell you, this is from those sessions at Georgetown during the offseason, working with Patrick Ewing, the big lumbering 1-2, and the nice finish. Double team was just a little bit slow. You see Gary trying to get down there a little sooner, but he allows Zoe to split the double team and finish it off.
Technical foul has been whistled on Gary Payton in addition.
Del Curry now steps to the free throw
Del
line.
Curry will go to the line. He doesn't miss many, but it's interesting they don't put Bogues up there. Well, he's not in the game. That's why they don't put him up there. He's number 3 in the league at 91%, but I guess Curry will do. He swings this one up and in. He's only an 86% free throw shooter.
Is that all? Oh, these guys.
What
do they do with their spare time?
What was your best year from the line? Not to put you.
I went into the last game of the season shooting 79-8, and then it was like 1 for 5 against Utah, and finished up at about 79-3. I wanted to be 80 so bad.
Not bad,
but didn't do it.
Mourning hits the free throw, 3-point play. Seattle on the attack. Askew off the bench. Hits a 20-footer. Vinny Askew comes up with a big one. 1 minute left in the first quarter. Seattle by 4, 35-31. Here's Adams outside. The Sonic bench screaming triple to their teammates. Here's Johnson set up high on the right, out to Mourning for a 3, and got it. Alonzo Mourning hits the tray. 10 points for Mourning. He has started late, but he has been effective. 35-34, Seattle's 10-point lead whittled to 1. 41 seconds left in the first period. McMillan with it, backs Curry down into the key. Double team by Parrish. Swings a sidearm pass to Cartwright. He'll hand off to Gary. Drives into the alley and is shoved by Michael Adams. Adams, 5'10", out of Boston College. Puts a hand out on Gary to thwart his attempt to drive up into the lane. That's the first foul on Adams.
Yeah, I thought Michael Adams really helped this team more than he has. He's played some decent basketball this year, but he's a guy when he was with the Bullets and Denver just really came on strong, knocking down a three-pointer.
He is in his 10th year, but at 31 years of age, but he averaged 33 minutes a game last year with Washington. He's a guy that keeps himself in excellent condition. Parrish checks out, and in will come Hersey Hawkins now for the Hornets. Payton's second one up, got them both. He has 11 first quarter points. The Sonics lead by 3, but here come the Hornets. They've got some guns out there. Adams loves to throw them up from long range. 25 seconds remaining first quarter play. Adams the shot putter, covered by Payton. Top of the key. They spread the floor left and right, wings left and right. Curry and Johnson left side, Mourning and Hawkins in low. 7 on the shot clock. Adams still in the holding pattern. Now starts his dribble. Popping out Curry, up fakes, got off the shot, and is fouled by McMillan with no time on the shot clock. Curry will go to the line with a chance to tie the game. And 7 and 5, 10 seconds remaining in the first period. McMillan's a little hot after that foul call by Teddy Bernhardt.
Now let's see if Nate kind of grazes the shooting arm on this play. This is what happens a lot of times right there. The official, I think, believes that he either touched the wrist, kind of slapped the wrist just a little bit to throw him off.
Curry gets 3, and in all likelihood, he's going to drain him. He hits the first of 3. Sharunas checks in for the Sonics. Marciulionis with Askew, Cartwright, Kemp, and McMillan. Curry calmly hits the second of 3. David Wingate now will come in for Michael Adams. Wingate is 6'5", 185, and 9th-year player. Third by Curry, up and in. 4-4 from the line. Tie score 37 all. Cartwright will bring it in bounce to McMillan. Nearly stolen by Curry. It jabs it out of bounds. 6 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. And again, now Charlotte comes up with all-out front court pressure. They'll get it into Marciulionis. He'll dribble to midcourt with 3. Swing it ahead, front court, left side. Vinny looks at the clock, turns, trying to get off his shot. No whistle, and that ends the first period. Score tied at 37 all. Track meet in Tacoma. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
It's time for the Frito-Lay Dice Toss. Tonight's contestant, Derek Kessler of Tri-Cities. Now Squash will throw his dice, and if it comes up Doritos or rolled gold fat-free pretzels, Derek must match it with his dice. If Derek matches Squatch's, he'll win a $200 gift certificate from Stock Market Foods. All right, Squatch, are you ready? Go ahead and roll that dice. It comes up rolled gold pretzels. All right, now it's Derek's turn to roll the dice. Go ahead, Derek. See if you can match rolled gold fat-free pretzels. Nice try. It came up Doritos. Well, just for participating in tonight's Frito-Lay Dice Toss, you'll receive a $50 gift certificate from Stock Market Foods. Congratulations.
John Kent with the basketball, just looking for an open teammate. Here's Kendall Gill going to face up Zoe. Zoe's got the hands down defensively. Big mistake. Twine time. Ooh. Ah. And John Kemp going to take the smaller, quicker Scotty Burrell. Nice little one-handed runner. Floats it in, rattles it home. Sean Kemp with a nice, sweet move from the right baseline. And Vinny Askew, he's going to get into the act with a nice jump shot off the pass. Bottom. Sonics shoot the ball extremely well. Both teams, I think, are shooting the ball extremely well right now. 71% for the Sonics, 68% for the Charlotte Hornets.
Sonics travel to the Pond in Anaheim. Never been there. You've been there, haven't you?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. Nice. Take on the Clippers March 2nd. We'll have it on radio and TV. And at Phoenix on the 3rd. 37 all the score at the end of one. Marcus Johnson mentioned a moment ago the hot shooting. 12 of 17. Seattle's at 71%. The Hornets 13 of 19, 68%. 9 of 10 Seattle free throw shooting. 8 for 8 for the Charlotte Hornets. Rebounding 6-5 Charlotte in that category. Seattle at 10 assists, Charlotte 9. Michael Adams with a basketball off a double pick set high by Parrish in morning. Circles out right side, one-on-one matchup with Kemp, drives in, hands to Parrish. He goes to the glass and powers it up and in.
Michael Adams, even at 31, showing the quickness, the ability to penetrate, get the defense in trouble.
The Hornets come from 10 down in the first quarter to take the lead now in the first half minute of the second period. McMillan has the ball on the point, skips it to Askew, coming to the ball side. Kemp with Morning on his hip. Bose is back, stops, leans, high hook, won't go, bought it off glass. Kemp's got it, double pump, right back up and jam it down the hard way.
Off of 2 feet, Sean Kemp, one of the best leapers in the league. I call it rocket love. You call it what you want.
Adams high on the left. Off the Parrish screen, dribbles between the double teams, lowers his head, drives in on McMillan, and scores a circus shot, drawing the second foul on McMillan. Adams will go to the line. What a play.
Michael Adams. You remember him a few years ago. Denver averaged about 26 points a game over the last 3 seasons at Washington. About 15 points a game. But watch him just shake and make Nate McMillan initiate the contact and then still kiss it sweetly off the glass.
Sean Kemp will check out for the Sonics, and in will come Sam Perkins now. Adams lit the Sonics up a few times when he played for the Denver Nuggets. He hits the free throw for a three-point play, 42-39. Charlotte on top, 11:01 to go, second quarter. Sideline left, McMillan. Head of the key with it, Askew. Comes off the Cartwright screen, drives into the lane. Kick out pass, Perkins fakes the three, gives to Nate. He'll take a 20-footer and rim it short. Rebound grabbed by Michael Adams. Up the floor he comes. Adams turns into the lane off the morning pick, sends it to Parrish on the baseline. Robert outside to Wingate. The Chief wants the rock. Give him the rock. He's got Cartwright on his hip. They're both having flashbacks. Wingate Cross court to Curry into the lane. Running right-hander, no. Rebound Alonzo. Right back to the rack. Had it, lost it, jump ball. He was tied up. Good call by the redhead, Jess Kersey.
That's a good call because the ball was slapped by a Sonic. It was freed from his hand. He left his feet, came back down with the basketball. You're going to watch it here as Zoe fights for the rebound. Now he's going to take it up strong, but Sam Perkins slaps it out. He leaves his feet, comes back down with the basketball, traveling violation. We're talking about Cartwright and Paris. That's like a commercial for Social Security. Those two guys guard each other.
Save entitlements. Here's Adams outside. Right side double. Kick out pass. Oh, Wingate comes off the bench. He's got this stroke going. Everybody's in on this thing. 44-39. 5-point Charlotte lead. Right now, their bench getting the better of Sonic bench. In low, Perkins has it tapped away. McMillan will retrieve it. Sends it cross court to Rooney. Overthrew him in the corner and out of bounds.
And this Charlotte team, they've lost their last 2 games on the road to the Lakers in a heartbreak. Elder Campbell knocked down a shot at the buzzer. Lost to Phoenix in a tough one yesterday. They won a scratch out of victory against a quality opponent.
10-2 run by the Charlotte Hornets. Adams outside. Drifts off the Perry screen. Oh, he's in the air for 3. Got it. He's feeling it. He's firing it. And Adams was 6.
He's looking nasty doing it. The nastiest looking jump shot. One of the nastiest in the NBA, but it's so effective.
He's got that Al Order shot put delivery. Here's McMillan with it. Mid-block right side. Perkins backing down. Stripped by Adams. Grabbed by Wingate. You better call it T.O. Wingate ahead Adams to the glass. Lays it up and in. And he was knocked down after the shot. Adams with 8 points. And George is going to call a timeout. With 9:26 left in the second quarter, he has got nothing from his bench. 49-39. Charlotte by 10. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Michael Adams going to go behind the pick of Robert Parrish. Actually, a double screen. Alonzo Mourning, you can't go behind it. Nick McMillan pays the price. You see the shot put, you see our order. You see the twine time. It's 2 points. Hey. And then the nice lead pass from David Wingate after the steal. Adams, the quick put up, the fall down, the nice roll. Michael Adams out of Boston College doing it all.
The Charlotte Hornets on a 29-9 run. And that's quite a run. Yeah. Even by NBA standards, to come from 10 down in the first quarter to 10 up. And they've done it with great shooting right out of the blocks. 5 of 7 in the second quarter. Seattle 1 of 3.
I mean, you figure both teams can't shoot close to 70% the entire game, but I don't know. The Hornets, they're playing at a very high level right now. The Sonics starting to drop off a bit, and you mentioned it directly correlated to the bench. The guys that came in off the bench have not done their job to this point.
Well, the Charlotte Hornets will move Mourning to the bench. They'll bring out Larry Johnson, Robert Parrish, Del Curry, Michael Adams, who's been a dynamo here in the second quarter with 8 points, including a 3-point bucket. A 10-0 run by the Hornets in the last 145, and they are up 10. Barcelona set out high on the right, swings up a jumper, rimmed it short. Rebound Curry off to the races. Stripped up from behind by Marciulionis, lunging for the basketball. This will be a non-shooting foul on the Supersonics. Their second team foul of the period. Seattle settling for jump shots that aren't falling, and boy, Charlotte taking that defensive rebound and going with it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, Seattle, they shot the ball so well the first quarter. They're continuing to shoot the jumpers. They're not falling now. They need to work some stuff inside. Get something down low.
Adams comes off a Parrish screen. McMillan trying to stay with Adams. Double team. Hook pass outside. LJ a 3. 13 points. Charlotte lead. And Larry Johnson nails a 3. He has 8 points on the night.
And the Hornets are shooting a lot of jumpers too. The only difference is theirs are going in.
13 points. Charlotte lead. Marciulionis straight up into the lane. Gathers himself.
There you go.
Steps to the glass and is powered to the hole. Fouled. He'll have to earn a foul by Del Curry.
I mean, that's what you have to do. You're off from the outside. Put your head down. Get to the free throw line. Get some gravy point. Sharunas, the Bronco, Nagursi, clear him out. I'm coming through. I'm making a path for myself. And people just kind of get out of his way when he puts that head down.
snags the free throw. Second up. Off the mark. Perkins after it. Parrish after it. Ball deflected. Out of bounds. Going to be Charlotte ball as touched by Big Smooth. The Hornets trail it, or I should say lead it here by 12. 52-40. 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Alan Bristow trying to orchestrate a play off the bench as Bogues set out high on the left. Bogues spins. Thumps it outside to Johnson. High post to Parrish. Rumbles down the right side. The Chief stops. Pops. Missed it. Rebound. Perkins. Sam to midcourt to Nate McMillan. Nate up to the center of the floor. Looking in low. Finds Vinny beneath the rim. He'll go up and drew the foul. Smart play by Vinny Askew. Drawing Wingate into the air for the foul.
And also recognizing he had Michael Adams trying to guard him. Adams just no chance to guard Askew with the strength factor inside. Gonna watch Vinny. You see Vinny has got Adams down low, posted up. Good job by Nate McMillan to recognize that. Here comes Wingate. And Vinny does the rest, draws the foul, gets to the free throw line.
Askew hits the free throw. And Wingate will come out. Scott Burrell will check back in for the Hornets. 52-41 the score. 8:12 to go second quarter. Second by Vinny, up and in. Askew with 4 points.
The defense have got to stop them down at the defensive end. Hornets shooting the ball extremely well, but a lot of those are open looks at the bucket.
Adams across midcourt, picked up by Nate McMillan high on the left, fires over to Curry. He'll swivel and float one up, and he got a three. What a delivery. He might have as fast a delivery as Dale Ellis when you're talking about guys that can pivot and fire on the mark. Here's McMillan doubled outside. Over it comes to Perkins for a three. He missed it. Vinny grabs the rebound, steps right up, powers up. A left-handed scooper.
When you got to shoot outside jump shots and miss them, you got to crash the boards. Take advantage of your size, especially Vincent Askew when he's matched up against Dale Curry.
55-44, 11-point Charlotte lead. Here's Curry again. He'll swivel and pop again. A three-pointer rims. Rebound grab by Perkins. Out it comes to McMillan to midcourt. Nate feeds over to Marshallonis down the right wing. Hesitates. Scott Burrell stands in his way. Now he blasts into the alley. Kick out pass to McMillan. Touch pass topside to Askew. Cross-court pass here to Perk. Looking low for Detlef. He's got it with LJ on his hip. He'll turn in the lane, floated up from 10. No, Burrell comes up with a rebound, but a foul called. This was going to be on Michael Adams, I believe, coming over the top of Nate McMillan. I think Adams is pushed, wasn't he?
Or I think Adams is, the referee is saying that Adams grabbed the shorts, grabbed the buttocks area of Nate McMillan's shorts, trying to block him out.
11-point lead for Charlotte. McMillan cross-court, Askew open. Beyond the three-point ring, hesitates, now fires a three. Got it. Vincent Askew.
Vinny Askew providing some spark for the Sonics off the bench, doing it inside on offensive rebound at that time, spotting up for the tray.
Payton strolls up to midcourt. He'll check in shortly. I'm surprised Kemp has not come back in already. Here's Adams, covered by McMillan. Charlotte 6 for 9, Seattle 5 of 7, talking about three-point shooting. To the baseline comes Scott Burrell, whirls up a running scoop that won't go. Fouled out on the floor by the Supersonics. Well, here's on Vinny Askew.
Here comes Alonzo Mourning. Let's see if George Karl elects to put in Sean Kemp. In terms of matchups, I agree with you. I'm kind of surprised that Sean has not gotten more minutes. He's not in foul trouble, which is kind of a rarity. Yeah,
it's just the one foul.
You know, they got the one foul. I would play him all this half until he, you know, the fouls precipitated that you take him out.
Because he really came out active in the first quarter. He played into the second period, so maybe he wants to get him a little more rest. Curry drops it to Mourning. Right side, double teamed. In he comes. He tried to force up a shot and draw the foul, and he did just that. Looked like the Sonics played pretty good defense on him. Vinny Askew and Perkins both had hands straight up and were stationary when Mourning went into them.
Yeah, that's one of the major gripes you have as a player with the refs. You feel like you're just standing straight up, hands up, not moving. All of a sudden, the superstar comes down the lane, initiates the contact, and you get the foul.
Especially Magic. Oh, man.
Oh, Magic called his own foul.
Magic come into the lane, he dropped the ball, and how Magic go to the line.
He called his own foul. Yeah. Foul, ref. Foul.
It's like backyard basketball. Yeah, church league. Yeah, Magic, you call your own. Okay, all right. We're on the honor system.
I used to play with Magic at UCLA in the summers, and there would be times when it'd be game point. He would call 9 consecutive foul calls until he made the final bucket, and it'd be like a shaky and one at that. Nobody said anything. Hey, it's Magic.
It's Magic. It's Magic.
It's Magic.
We're just lucky to be here.
Yeah.
Mourning, 12 points. He hits both free throws. It's a 10-point. Charlotte leads, 6:29 to go, second quarter. Gary's in the lineup along with Schrempf, Gill, Perk, and Askew. Vinny's had the hot hand right now. 7 of his 9 in the quarter. In low, Gary's posted on Bogues. He's back in. Outside to Gill, over to Perk. Raises for 3, won't take it. Over to Askew. Nice setup on the dribble. Drives to the hole. A little left-handed reverse flip won't go. But he drew the foul, and Vincent going to the line, and he has the right idea most definitely. Take it to the rack.
Yes, indeed. And again, you see what happens when you do. If you don't score the hoop and you take it aggressively enough, you get some contact, you get to the free throw line. And so important when a team is struggling from the outside, like the Sonics have struggled in the second quarter, to get to the line, get some easy points.
Second foul on Scott Burrell. Here's Askew. Free throw up and in. He can cut it to 8. He has 10 points, 8 garnered here in the second quarter. The Sonics helping themselves at the line tonight, where they've hit 13 out of 15. Second up, rolls off, rebound, Mourning. Boy, Alonzo peels out across midcourt, hands to Bogues. Bogues up the center of the floor. Pumps it outside to Hawkins. He'll swivel and fire a 3. Missed it. Detlef back to the rebound, snares it. Sends it ahead to Gary Payton. Up the floor to Vinny. Has a step on Bogues. Climbs over him and finger rolls it up in air. And we have a foul called by Tony Brothers on the play on Tyrone Bogues, and Askew has a chance at a 3-point play.
Now, I thought Vinny got a break here. I didn't think Tyrone. I thought he got out of his way. Kind of touched the leg a little bit. I think that's what Brothers is calling, Tony Brothers, is that there was some contact on the leg. You saw Vincent looking a little awkward when he landed.
Vinny can get the Sonics to within 6. Free throw up and in. 13 for Vinny Askew, 11 here in the quarter, and right now he's probably the reason we have not seen Sean Kemp come back in yet. 5:52 left here in the second period, 57-51. Burrell covered by Askew. Swings it over to Hawkins, nearly intercepted by Gill. Hawkins comes away with it. Thumps it low to LJ, double team hook pass, cross court, Bogues off the Mourning pick. He got the 17-footer on the bottom of the net.
Yeah, you mentioned 3 for 16 yesterday, but 52% over his last 15 games from the outside.
Perkins floats a 3 in transition, missed it. Peyton after the rebound, saves it and bounces to Gill. He'll plant, he'll pop, and rim it short. Follows, grabs his own rebound. He's on the baseline, trapped by Hawkins. To Perk, open 3, won't take it. Hawkins running at it. Hook pass into the corner to Gill, down low to Gary, doubled, outside Gill, long floater, air ball, grabbed by Burrell in front of the Sonic bench. Up to Bogues, to midcourt, long lead pass, intended for Mourning, he'll grab it. He'll turn, he'll hook and score.
That is just great recognition by Muggsy Bogues. Kendall Gill was not even watching the basketball. Muggsy threw it up for grabs, and you know he's going to come down with it when you're going against Alonzo.
10-point lead for the Hornets. In low, Gary doubled on a block. Up fakes Burrell in position, turns and pumps a banker over Bogues. Burrell, or I should say, Bogues playing at a huge disadvantage now, considering he's 5'3", Peyton 6'4", but he also has 3 fouls. 4:39 left. Second quarter play. Charlotte's lead is 8, 61-53. A track meet tonight. 4:34 left. Burrell, top side, head of the key, over to Bogues. Looking low for Johnson. Locking him up, Schrempf. Outside to go to Burrell instead. Forces a 15-footer over Vinny, missed it. Rebound grab by Perkins. Good stop by the Supes. They trail it by 8. Schrempf on the open floor. Tried to slide a pass in traffic to Perkins. Had to be perfect, wasn't. Jabbed away. Stolen by Bogues. Over to Hawkins into the lane. Decks Detlef. Ball poked loose. Detlef on his back. Saves it in bounds. But they say he was leaning out of bounds. He was lying on his back after he'd been knocked down. And when he touched the ball, Teddy Bernhardt said he was laying out of bounds.
See Bogues leading the break. Mr. Take care of the basketball. Detlef, he says that he had his... that was real close. You can see why the official would call that. I don't think it was a right call, but from that position, it looked like he was laying on the line.
61-53. Charlotte by 8. Johnson open on the inbounds. Now Perkins steps out on it. Larry Johnson over to Hawkins. Sean Kemp in the lineup during that dead ball. Johnson fires a 3, missed it. Peyton saves it, taps it. Was Hawkins over the top of him? Gary thought so. So did Gill. They both relax. The ball goes out of bounds, and Teddy Bernhardt says it was last touched by Peyton.
But you know what happened? Kendall Gill pursued the ball like it was off a Sonic player, and I think that kind of helped Teddy Bernhardt make up his mind that the Sonics hit the ball, even if they didn't.
61-53, Hornets by 8, 3:57 to go in the first half. We'll be back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Well, fans, once again, the Sonics would like to thank our corporate partner, BP, for providing tonight's BP Collectors poster. Now, if you didn't get your poster on the way in tonight, They'll be available starting.
Here's a battle for the rebound. Gary Payton going to go up and battle. There's Zoe battling. And, you know, it's almost like both guys touching it at the same time. But there's Kendall trying to run it down. The official's like, hey, if you didn't hit it out of bounds, why is Gill trying to save it? I'm no dummy.
Yeah, it was a good call. Looked like Payton had the majority of that leather.
Yeah, it did. I mean, you know, I thought it was a decent call.
Seattle not shooting well here. 5 of 13, 38% in the first quarter. Charlotte 9 of 16, 56% here in this current quarter of play.
And you talked about it, a lot of those misses from the Sonics are the long jump shots. Kendall with the air ball, some other guys stroking it. It's not falling down. They've got to reestablish the inside, and that means
half 61-53. The Hornets lead by 8. Michael Adams, who got him off to a great start here in the quarter, has 8 points in the period. Will handle it out high on the left. Comes off the Johnson pick. Perkins steps out on Adams. That leaves Payton inside, trying to get around Johnson. He'll get it, but pushed out wide on the block. Backs down on Gary, turns, twists to the glass, lays it up. Fouled by Payton. Second foul on Gary Payton, and it will send Larry Johnson to the line.
There's Teddy Burkhardt again with the call. Gary's got to bite his tongue. He already has one technical. And here's the Payton Johnson inside, down low in the box. Gary got the bent arm, trying to keep him out of there, but at 6'7", 250, just too much of man to keep out of the paint. Too much man with the nice silver teeth.
Look at that. Does he have a toothpick? No.
Gum, I think.
No, surely not a toothpick. Johnson has 10 points. He hits both free throws. 63-53 the score. 10-point Charlotte lead. 3:35 to go, second quarter. Payton whirls away. Adams lunging. He drives Adams to the baseline, and we have a whistle. Illegal defense on the Charlotte Hornets. A warning on Charlotte.
Called against Larry Johnson on the weak side, below the free throw line. His man was isolated at the top of the circle.
Sonic ball in bounds. Kemp left alone. Dribbles into the key. Picked up. Hands to Detlef. He turns. Runs into the lane. A running right-hander. Deftly and daintily put up over the oncoming Morning on a nice cast. Detlef has 6.
Yeah, Detlef has been pretty quiet this first half. It'd be nice for him to get untracked offensively.
63-55. Seattle trailing by 8. Adams lobs it in low. Off the ball, a whistle. And illegal defense whistle on the Supersonics. Perkins stepping down below the free throw line while Johnson was out on top, says Jess Kersey, and that is a warning on Seattle. 3:09 left in the first half.
Have you been reading your Philadelphia media guide? The illegal defenses last year, Kevin Mutombo #1 with 37, Detlef Schrempf #2 with 31 illegal defenses last year.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's a good stat. Morning, twist to the baseline, a lovely right-handed reverse scoop up and in for Zoe. He has 16 in the first half. And the Hornets have the 10-point lead again. In alone. Detlef backs, double teamed over to Gill, squares, fires, 14-footer no. Tapped up by Kemp, up and in. Sean Kemp with a Herculean tip over Morning.
That was a nice tip by Sean, but Kendall Gill's got to knock down that medium-range jumper if he wants to be considered a great outside shooter. That's the shot he has to work on.
8-point lead, 2:33 to go, second quarter. Scott Burrell with it. Swings a chest pass over to Hawkins. Jabbing after it is Gill. They send it to Johnson. He turns, faces, up fakes Perkins, drives to the baseline, double teamed over to Adams, 4-3. He got another one. Michael Adams with 11 points, all of the quarters hit 2 threes, and the Hornets lead by 11, 68-57. 2:11 to go in the first half. Gill outside, curls off the Perkins pick, forced nearly to midcourt. Swings it over to Detlef, coming to the ball side, Gary. Triple teamed, holds the ball out from the body, about 6 inches from the floor. Now starts to dribble into the lane. Gallops in, and Adams bumps him. And that is the third foul on Michael Adams.
Yeah, Gary had his mind made up that he was taking the 5'10" Michael Adams to the basket. Really did a good job with the contact. But Gary's got a pain.
Yeah, it's that right shoulder again. And remember, he had an injury that emanated from the right wrist and then shot up eventually in the neck. And he had a stinger.
Wow.
And
that's tough. I've got that myself.
And he had the back spasms, and I think that's maybe what has flared up here again. Yep, Frank's going right there to that right shoulder.
Spraying some hurt no more on there, trying to freeze the area. But that's
to freeze it up, prevent any inflammation.
Yeah, it might be a kind of a pinched nerve type of thing. I've got the same thing. Mine was a result of a collision with Benoit Benjamin. That'll put you out of commission for a while. But, I definitely sympathize with Gary in that injury.
68-57, Hornets leading here now. With 1:57 to go in the second quarter play. I would concur with you. Detlef Schrempf and Sean Kemp, I think, hold the future of this game in their hands from the offensive standpoint. Gary not playing at 100%. He throws the free throw up and it's short.
And you wonder how much Vincent Askew, how much more. He's already given us 13, giving the Sonics 13 points. So far, I think this could be a night for him to have a nice night offensively.
Payton hits the free throw, 14 for Gary. He splits a pair, and the Sonics are within 10 at 68-58. 1:53 left, first half play. Adams with a rock, out high. Boy, he's having quite a second quarter. He's hit a couple of threes. Adams swings it over to Scott Burrell. He'll turn, he'll float, he'll airball one. Grabbed by Perkins, up to Gary to midcourt. Gary stops, flings a three. Got it, Gary Payton. What a shot. 17 for Payton. And the Sonics are within 7 at 68-61. A bad wing? That's nothing. I'll float it.
That's the way to loosen that shoulder up. Take a couple of three-pointers. That'll do it.
1:24 left first half. Adams, look at the morning. On the block, covered by Kemp. Drop step into the lane, runs to the hole. His ball deflected away. Ripped by Kemp, and a foul called on Sean after he ripped it away from Mourning.
And the fans wanted a jump ball. A lot of contact coming across the lane. He's got to handle the ball, but a lot of arm, too. A little bit of arm, not a lot of arm.
Looked like the off arm had so by the bicep, but that left hand was all over that leather.
And so it's so tough when you let him get to the middle. It's almost, I would think it's time to be better defensively, forcing him to the baseline, making him shoot some jump shots. But of course, that's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah, and he's pretty good whirling back to his right, and he can. He's already thrown in a reverse tonight. It's just, let's face it.
Yeah,
the guy gets 20 a game. You can't stop him most nights.
Not one-on-one. That's why double teaming, and he's beating the double team by spinning quickly to the middle a lot of times.
Charlotte perfect at the line. 15 for 15 as Mourning knocks a couple down. He has 18 points.
Yeah, 77% free throw shooter, which is excellent for a guy's size.
This is a good free throw shooting team. 78% for Charlotte on the year. They lead by 9. Payton has the ball, head of the key. Skips it low to Sam, backs down, steps between the double team. 5-foot floater won't go. Kemp in for the rebound, tripped up. And the ball deflected out of bounds, and Kemp took a pretty good shot. He pops up and he heads down the floor.
Looks like he was close to falling on his face. Oh, they had 6 men on the floor. The Sonics did. They blew the horn, and the ref gave the Hornets the ball as they were trying to get Sean out of there.
Sean was kind of locked up a little bit. He took a pretty good shot, and he gets up slowly.
Yeah, he took the hard fall. I don't know if he hit his face or head or anything, but then Hersey Hawkins kicked him in the head while he was on the ground inadvertently. But came by and just got to put a foot on his head. But Sean's going to get a blow.
70-61 the score, a 9-point Charlotte lead. 55 seconds to go. Here in the first half, Michael Adams will bring it across midcourt. Need a stop here. Adams to Mourning. Now they bring the double team. Gill and Perkins. Mourning hooks it across the lane, overthrew Johnson. Currently touched by a Sonic player. 11 on the shot clock, and Charlotte will bring it in bounds.
It's so tough to double team this team. You got the double team, and you got 3 defenders guarding 4 on the weak side. You have to almost leave one of these shooters open. Who do you pick? Hawkins, Adams, or Curry? Huh?
They're all hot. They're all hot. Adams to Curry, turns, fires over a Mourning screen, missed it. Rebound deflected by Detlef, grabbed by Gill. Boy, Vinny did a great job to defend the 3. He just moved Mourning out of the way and got up in the face of Hawkins. They get away with it.
Yeah.
More power to you.
Vinny's got the body to deal with someone like Alonzo Mourning, the big, strong body. Scott Burrell checks back into the game.
Sonics will bring it in bounds after having it jabbed out. 70-61. Charlotte by 9. 28 seconds remaining. 16 on the shot clock. Gill top side to Vinny. Back to Gill left side. In low, Gary double on the left block. Looking outside, finds Detlef, rotates it to Sam for the 3, winds up, delivers, rimmed it. Rebound, Mourning after it, tapped away from Schrempf, grabbed by Adams, guns it up the floor. Burrell stops inside the 3-point ring. 9 seconds left. Charlotte will bring it outside. Great play to slow it up. Johnson will set up for the 3. No. Rebound, Gill with 1 second left. Will he get off a shot? He won't. And that will end the first half of play. The Charlotte Hornets score 70 points on the Sonics in the first half and have a 9-point lead at the halfway mark here in Tacoma. We'll be back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
This is Red Dog beer.
Red Dog.
It's not ice brewed, fire brewed, dry brewed, or this or that. It's just genuinely good beer. Okay, there is one thing unusual about Red Dog. It's unusually easy to drink. Because it's bold yet smooth. Because it's made with the finest natural ingredients. Are you gonna like Red Dog? Yeah, we think so. But hey, it's your call.
The Seattle Supersonics are shooting for the Western Conference title, and now you can catch all the action right in the comfort of your own living room with Sonics Home Ticket, live on pay-per-view. Sonics Home Ticket has a 10-game package featuring some of the NBA's finest, including Western Conference foes like Denver, Phoenix, Houston, and more. So come on, grab a chair. The Sonics play in your house with Sonics Home Ticket, live on pay-per-view. Call your local cable operator and order today. Well, the Charlotte Hornets fell down by 10 in the first quarter of play. Then they went on a 29-9 run to take a 10-point lead. Their largest lead was 13 in the second period. They got a great effort from Michael Adams, the 10-year veteran from Boston College, who came up with a couple of threes and 11 points, all scored in the second quarter of play. Charlotte bench kick-started them. Seattle's bench did not help at all in the first half of the second quarter. Then Vinny started to find the range, and they picked up the pace a bit.
Yeah, Vinny Askew with 13 second quarter points, but we talked about it during the break. Where's Sean Kemp? He came out playing with a lot of energy, bringing the ball up court, creating plays, dunking, rebounding, jumpers, doing it all, and then sat on the bench for a long stretch in that second quarter, got cold, and was not effective at all when he came back in the game.
It seems sometimes you need to abandon your regular rotation if you've got a young, particularly a young player who's hot midway through the season at the peak of his conditioning. I don't know why you would save a player like that when he only has one foul.
And especially in Sean's situation, so rarely in the first half is he not in foul trouble when you can only play him 13 or 14 minutes in the first half. This first half, one foul. I mean, I would have milked that for everything I could have got out of it.
Of course, there were some matchups that were conducive to going to your bench. When Parrish comes in, you immediately think, we got a chance here to send Cartwright in and challenge that matchup.
Yeah, but like you say, I mean, when a guy's playing at a high level, I mean, I know George Karl recognized it. We have to talk to him and find out why he didn't play him, but just very odd that Sean was on the bench for that long of a stretch in the second quarter.
At half, 70-61 is the score. The Charlotte Hornets lead it by 9. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
4, 3, 2, 1. You know, this takes determination. Coming back from a pain in your neck to do your television spot. That's Gary Payton's story. The glove with us now.
Check this out. It's a glove backing with his shoulders. GP show in the house. You understand me? I'm gonna be nice and settle today. Got my coach with me, head coach George Karl. I'm gonna ask him about a couple of things in the season. Why he screamed on us today at the game, and we're gonna see what's going on. How you doing, Coach?
Pete, you are dangerous with a microphone.
See how he acting? Acting like a coach. Okay, Coach. How you doing? How's the team going to you?
Well, I think we all know we got to play a little better than we've been playing.
Always a coach. You always give them old basic answers. You know, give me a good answer. Tell me what's going on. What you think about our future?
Okay, Pete.
Tell me about
tonight. You want to talk about tonight?
Yeah, let's talk about tonight.
Okay. Pete, defensively, you had the glove on in the second half. First half, we had a little bit of a silk stocking on.
Mm-hmm. But that's okay. The glove came through in the second half. This is my coach, George Karl.
We played about like a bunch of pink elephants a little bit.
Pink elephants. I'm a yellow one, so I'm always the oddball of the crew, okay? But no, we out of here. We got to go. This is a glove and the brain of the crew. We out of here. Later.
You're great.
Thanks, Gary. We move now from the glove to Green Day. It is a basket case for basketball. It'll all make sense. On this week's Super Shots. You know, that gorilla really gets to me sometimes. That brings a wrap, a final bell, curtain call out of here to this week's Sonic Showtime. Next week, though, we have a powerful show for you. He's the quiet Sonic that has found himself with some quality playing time lately. He's Byron Houston next Saturday at 5:30. So for the whole kit and caboodle of us, Ron Sanford, Scott Blattman on cameras, Tom Bettisworth running the buttons, John Horton and Matt Samsel, I'm Rod Simons from the Dome. Have a good night. Bye.
Pressure. The game is up in the air. There's always one person that you try to keep control. When my players see this sign, they know we're running to win. This means we're going down inside to the post. If we need one shot, last shot. They're going to see a one-up. When we need poise, we bring it right down. If you're out there having a couple of drafts with a couple of friends, I got a sign for you right now. Right here. Use your head. Think when you drink.
Some people have a lot in common. It's not where they live or what they do. It's not how far they went in school or how old they are. Like 30 million other Americans, these people all know what it feels like to go hungry. Second Harvest can help. It's America's largest food bank network. For more information, call 1-800-532-FOOD. Second Harvest. We can all live without hunger.
The Seattle Supersonics are shooting for the Western Conference title, and now you can catch all the action right in the comfort of your own living room with Sonics Home Ticket Live on pay-per-view. Sonics Home Ticket has beefed up its pay-per-view schedule by adding the April 13th matchup with the Dallas Mavericks. This special bonus game can be added to your current pay-per-view schedule, or you can order it individually. It's almost playoff time, so come on, grab a chair. The Sonics play in your house with Sonics Home Ticket Live on pay-per-view. Call your local cable operator and order now.
Time now for the Miller Genuine Draft halftime highlights. Tonight brought to you by Queen Tavern and Card Room.
And yes, we start off with Mr. Olympia. Alonzo Mourning inside, just out jumps Kendall Gill inside. Nice pass from Muggsy Bogues. Nice finish from the Zo-Dog. And now it's Grandmama Larry Johnson showing the nice touch from the outside. You see the double team against Adams. He's spotting up. He's shooting it. It's twine time. And here's Larry Johnson kind of returning the favor to the 5'10" Boston College guard. Michael Adams knocks down the long-range three-pointer. They got a team chock full of three-point shooters. And watch this. Talking about Rocket Love. The lefty Springer facial. Oh my God, shot. Fantastic dunk. Gary Payton's going to come down and just shoot that long three. This is right after he complained about the stinger in the arm. He's stinging the nets on that shot. Gary Payton. Viniescu, productive first half. He's going to get the pass. And you know what happens when he's got the little guy, Big Vinny, 6'6", 235. He's taking it to the rack, getting the foul, making the free throws. Doing it all here in the first half.
Well, look at the numbers compiled by the various benches here. The Charlotte Hornets 22-14 outscored the Supersonics. Had it not been for Viniescu's outburst, 13 points. This might be worse than it is. 70 points at half, by the way, is the tops for the year. Points allowed and a half by the Supersonics.
Yeah, and that was the Sonics' game plan because Charlotte had played yesterday. They wanted to make it a track meet, but I didn't think they expected to be down this far this early in the race. But again, the Charlotte Hornets just shooting the ball just too good from the outside. It's not so much the defense because you got to double team LJ, you got to double team Zoe, you got to leave somebody open, and they're knocking down those shots right now.
60% shooting for the Charlotte Hornets on 24-40. We'll look at those three-point numbers as well. That tells the tale here. Back in a moment, 70-61 at half. The Hornets on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
These students have a passion for knowledge. To feed that passion, the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund provides for the brightest at historically black public colleges and universities. This removes worries over tuition and other expenses. So all Thurgood Marshall scholars have to worry about are their grades. And that's no worry at all.
Sean Kemp, Rainboy. He was just a teen, yet he was in the NBA.
He's just a child.
He's a man. He's a man-child. And he came, and he grew, and he fed on the rain. Oh, sweet rain.
I like this place.
And who wouldn't? Superhuman. Supersonic.
Way to go, Rainboy.
Yo, that's Rain Man.
The Seattle Supersonics are shooting for the Western Conference title, and now you can catch all the action right in the comfort of your own living room with Sonics Home Ticket, live on pay-per-view. Sonics Home Ticket has a 10-game package featuring some of the NBA's finest, including Western Conference foes like Denver, Phoenix, Houston, and more. So come on, grab a chair. The Sonics play in your house with Sonics Home Ticket, live on pay-per-view. Call your local cable operator and order today.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
Sonic Basketball is brought to you by Cold Filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Get out of the old, get into the cold. Let's take a look at the numbers here at halftime. The Charlotte Hornets shoot the lights out of it. 24 of 40, 60%. Seattle 20 of 36, 56%. Free throws, Charlotte perfect, 15 of 15. Seattle 15 of 19. Bench scoring, 22-14 Charlotte. Three-pointers, Charlotte 7 for 12. Seattle 6 for 11. The Sonics have won the rebounding battle, 17-12. But that negated because of Charlotte's hot percentage shooting, 60%. Look at the numbers. Burrell 3 of 5. Mourning 6 for 9. Bogues went 4 for 4. And Michael Adams went 4 for 4 at the point. Mourning had 18. Adams had 11 all in the second quarter. Mourning got a late start in the first period, but responded with 10 in the first, 8 in the second. Larry Johnson had 10, and Burrell and Bogues each with 8 apiece. For the Supersonics, Seattle led by Gary Payton's 17 here at half, including 2 for 2 3-point shooting and 5 of 7 from the field, 5 of 6 from the line. Kemp had 12. Vinny Askew 13. Sean Kemp in that first half, by the way, played 16 minutes. And 3 players with 6 each, Schrempf, Perkins, and Gill. And therein lies the problem as well for the Supersonics. You have 3 of those starters combining for just 18 points, and shooting-wise, it's 6 for 17 collectively. And Gary Payton, who still is experiencing a little pain in that right shoulder. And Frank Furtado alternating a heat salve with that cold spray on the shoulder. Gary looks like he's got a look of business about him, and he's ready to go.
Plus, he's got the back brace. He lifted up the shirt to get the massage, and you saw the white back brace, the corset firmly wrapped around that area. He's doing everything he can to get out here and be a part of this Sonic, hopefully win, or Sonic effort, we'll call it at this point.
Well, I suppose you keep playing the steady defense. You dig in and play a little harder and hope that Charlotte's shooting falls off a little bit. Adams hit 2 for 2 from 3-point range. Curry 1 of 2. Mourning hit a 3. Johnson 1 of 3. And Burrell was 2 for 2 from 3-point range. Burrell will skip it low. Johnson looks over the left shoulder. Outside, Hawkins sets, fires, and he hits a 3.
And that's the 8th assist of the game for Larry Johnson, who's had 10 points, but he's doing a good job moving the basketball.
And I forgot to add, Hawkins had not hit a 3 until then. Here's Gill. Swings it over to Perkins. Seattle down by 12. Schrempf to Gill, climbs into the air, drives the alley, and lays it up and in. And boy, did Charlotte vacate the premises. They all cleared out when Gill went skying into the air.
Yeah, I thought Zoe was going to challenge him, but he's seen some highlights of Kendall Duncan. He backed off, and Kendall kind of backed off the dunk for the nice right-handed layoff.
10-point lead. Burrell dumps it to Johnson again, mid-block left side. Again, the assist is 9th. Right to Hawkins, driving up into the lane. He has 9 points.
Just good movement without the ball. The weak side defensively falling asleep.
75-63 the score. 10:59 to go, third quarter. In low, Detlef bombs the ball with the left hand. Double team. Outside to Gary. In low to Kemp. Drop step spin to the hole. Up fakes Mourning. Reverse two-handed jam. Oh, what a vertical leap for Kemp, who got on the magic carpet.
Off the 2 feet, as good as anyone in the league. Nice footwork also to come back for the reverse dunk.
Kemp's hit 6 of 7. I think this game hinges on Kemp's efforts tonight. 10-point lead for Charlotte. 75-65. What a profound statement that was, huh? Bogues hands off to Perkins. Over to Johnson for a 3. Got it. Good golly. That barely moved the cord. 13 for Larry Johnson.
I mean, the only thing you can complain about defensively, maybe Sam Perkins just a half step closer, but he played it pretty well.
The Hornets are 9 of 14 from three-point range. Perkins, sideline right with a deadlift, slants in with the left hand hesitantly. Double teamed out to Gill for a three, and he got it. Kendall Gill comes back with a three ball for the Sonics. And again, Charlotte leads 10 with 10 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
It's going to be one of these Age of Aquarius games. The moon is aligned, everything just going right. Both teams just going to shoot the heck out the basketball tonight.
Moves over to Burrell. Burrell off the Morning pick, stop, speeds over to Alonzo Morning. Morning out on the open floor, slants with a left-hand dribble, kicked it away, grabbed by Gary Payton. Lead pass to Devitt. He'll challenge Hawkins to the glass and lay it up and in with a finger roll.
The track meet, they want to keep pushing the basketball, make it a distance race, not a sprint. Make Charlotte play 48 minutes of intense up and down basketball.
78-79, 29 to go, third quarter. Charlotte with a lead in the leather. Booms out high left wing. Bones looking low for Alonzo, leading on Kemp. So we'll get it, but pushed out of the block. Double teamed in the trenches. Spots a man, cross court, leaning for three. Hawkins in and out. Rebound grabbed by Gill. Stumbles out of backcourt with the dribble off the foot, saves it. Oh, get out of bounds. It went a little roll out of bounds. He saved it, but back toward his own basket, and nobody was there.
But Larry Johnson trying to get to it. And this is what you don't want to do, kind of collides with Gary off Gary's back foot. I mean, great effort. He goes prone into the stands trying to save it, but got to also think out there, you don't want to knock it toward your opponent's basket with Larry Johnson being the closest one to the basketball.
Hornets by 8, 9:09 to go, third quarter. Hawkins will bring it in bounds. Johnson outside the three-point stripe, picked up by Perkins. Johnson looking inside. Everything sealed off. Johnson will dribble, moving along the three-point arc, hands to Hersey Hawkins. Hawkins challenged by Kendall Gill. Hawkins goes down. What happened?
Must have got poked in the eye. I didn't see it.
Gill took a wild slap at it and must have got him in the eye.
Take a look at the footwork inside. John kept his familiar baseline spin. This side, nope, I'll come back. I'll throw it down on two guys. John, that's what great a vertical lift will do for you off of 2 feet. Here's a steal by the Sonics from Alonzo Mourning, and nice pass to the guy ahead of him, Gary Payton, giving it up to Detlef Schrempf, who's going to ride it home over Hersey Hawkins. Kendall kind of a so-so first half, 6 points. Starting off the second half with a bang, nice long, all twine time three-pointer. Kendall is interesting in the sense that he either hits the long jumpers or the dunks. That in-between game, the in-between jump shots off the dribble in particular, is an area that he really needs to strengthen up to become he's a good offensive player already, but to become a better offensive player.
Look at the third quarter. Seattle again, hot 4-4. Charlotte 3-4. Charlotte has maintained it. The Sonics fell off in the second quarter when they hit 8 of 19, 42%. Charlotte hit 52% in the second quarter and outscored Seattle 33-24 in the second. They were tied at 37 all in the first. And at 70 points again is the most the Sonics have given up to an opponent in a half this year. 8:55 left, third quarter play with Marcus Johnson, Kevin Calabro back at the woodshed in Tacoma. Kendall Gill comes over to apologize to Hersey Hawkins. Trying to reach out and strip the ball. He caught Hawkins in the eye. Hersey's all right. And the Hornets will bring it in with 10 on the shot clock. Leading by 8, Scott Burrell. Hard chest pass to Hawkins. Hawkins crossover dribble up into the lane, drives to the hole. He's fouled. Or is it an offensive foul? Hold on.
It's a foul, but on the pass off. Hersey wanted the shot, but he was dropping the ball off to Burrell. But Hawkins kind of ticked off the last time Kendall took a swipe. He just put his head down and he went going to his left, and he did kind of drop it off.
First foul on Sam Perkins. Again, the Hornets bring it in, this time at a fresh 24. Bogues double team, pivots, needs help as he goes to the
timeout.
He calls a 20-second timeout. He was double teamed, nowhere to go. Made a pivot, was falling down, and called a 20-second timeout. Larry Johnson will take him in tow over to the Charlotte bench.
Now, if he would have hit the floor, it'd have been a traveling violation. As he was going down, he called the 20-second timeout.
78-70, Hornets by 8. They're in the third with 8:42 left. Fans, a reminder to enter Target Sonics Fantasy Sweepstakes, and you can be an honorary Sonics Blip pilot And the Sonics host the New York Knicks on Sunday, March 26th. Visit Target stores today for details of this and other upcoming Sonics fantasies from Target. Expect more and pay less.
We had a shot of that Hornet huddle with a couple of guys I used to play against all the time. T.R. Dunn with a defensive player. He was Bill Hanzelick out of Notre Dame. Not too bad either. And Johnny Bach they've added to bring some experience.
Good defensive coach. Driving into the lane, it's Johnson. Kick out pass to Burrell, on top to Bogues. Driving, double teamed over to Hawkins. Sets, fires, rimmed it. Rebound batted, grabbed by Perkins. Sam Perkins needs help. Now he'll wait. Kendall Gill will grab it and hand off to Payton. Detlef Schrempf sent Hawkins to his backside after the shot. Schrempf hands off to Payton. Now will pick down. Gary whirls off the pick, sends it back to Det on Johnson. Pump fakes. Backs him down with 5 with 4. On top to Gill. Up fakes with 3. Over to Gary for the 3. Rimmed it. Rebound. Who's going to get it? Off the floor. Grabbed by 5'3" Bogues. 78-70. Charlotte the other way. Bogues to Hawkins. Drives the baseline. Running right-hander. Hangs on the rim and falls. Hersey Hawkins with 11 points.
So that scratch from Kendall seems to have awakened Hersey Hawkins. He's taking it aggressively to the basket now.
In low Kemp. Triple team. Shovels it outside. The foul call on the pass off on Charlotte.
That last Sonic possession offensively, Kendall should have taken that shot. He had the ball with 3 seconds on the shot clock. He's at the top of the key, looking right at the shot clock. And tried to make the pass to Gary, who had to rush it and short-armed it.
80-70 the count. Inbounds pass to Detlef in low. 7:45 to go. Third quarter. Sonics down by 10. Gill flips it over to Kemp. Up fakes. Drive. Johnson in deep. Doubled out to Gill again. He won't take the shot. Cross court to Perkins. Over to Detlef to the baseline. He'll run in. Double pump one. Nearly banked in a wild shot. Rebound grab by the Hornets. Up comes Bogues. Scampers down the far wing. Bogues. Checked by Gill outside. Kendall spreading the arms. Bogues sends it low. Johnson steadies. 9 assists on the night. They rotate it to Alonzo, and he drains one from the key. Alonzo Mourning.
The jumper's becoming automatic for Alonzo right out top.
That's a 3-point shot. Schrempf drives it left side. Tried to pack him with the left hand. He is fouled and will go to the line. That shot by Mourning, a 3-pointer a moment ago, has 21 on the night now. The Hornets have their largest lead back of 13.
Nice movement without the basketball. Detlef Schrempf, good pass from Sam Perkins. But every time the Sonics cut it to within 6-8, all of a sudden a barrage by the Hornets put themselves back up by double figures.
Third foul on Larry Johnson. To the line, Detlef Schrempf. The free throw up and in.
Supersonic substitution.
Well, Kendall, I tell you what, he passed up 2 shots, and just after Marcus had made that comment about him passing up the shot and giving away to Gary Payton, he didn't look to shoot this time when he was open with Scott Burrell running at him. Detlef shot up and in.
In that situation, Scott Burrell running, I mean, if you don't shoot the jumper, at least put it, give him a head fake, put it down, try and create something. Kendall's very good at that.
11-point lead for Charlotte, 83-72, 6:57 to go. McMillan will come in for Seattle, and Kendall will go to the bench. Burrell with it beyond the 3-point ring. Hands to Hawkins, skips a low. Mourning, doubled on the block. Cross court, he finds Bogues. Bogues off the Johnson screen. Perkins steps out on Bogues. They rotate it to Burrell. 3 on the shot clock. Bogues drives, lost the handle, grabbed by Kemp. Up to midcourt he comes, dribbles by Mourning, challenges Hawkins, runs inside, and on the pass off, he is grabbed by Hersey Hawkins. And on Charlotte, their third team foul. So Seattle will bring it in bounds, trailing by 11.
Kemp, the 6'10" point guard, bringing it down the court as Muggsy Bogues, believe his first turnover, that last play when he lost the ball. He does a great job taking care of the basketball. Bogues, Sean draws the foul.
Bogues with 6 assists. Mourning, or I should say Johnson with 9. McMillan with the ball outside, covered by Hawkins. Try to feed it out on the wing, overplayed by Burrell. He saves it, but saves it up the floor to McMillan, who has it batted away by Bogues. Nate will go back to get it in his own zone. Ahead to Gary, runs into the lane, challenges Mourning. Dumps it to Det for 3. Got it! Detlef Schrempf hits the 3 on a brilliant drive by Gary Payton. And the Sonics are back in business, trailing by 8.
The crowd's into it now. Let's see if they stay into it.
6:07 to go, third quarter. Bogues double team. Cross court, it comes to Hawkins. Swinging to Burrell, down low. Mourning in prime real estate. He up fakes and flushes it with the right hand on a lovely reverse. 23 for Zoe.
Great hands inside.
10-point lead for Charlotte. Inside, Kemp backs, turns, fires over Mourning. No, grabbed his own rebound, steps up. Ball stripped by Hawkins and a foul called in low. It's a push-off And I believe it will be on Mourning. Or nope, it is on Hawkins.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. A big treat watching these two young big guys going at it. First Alonzo, now Sean. Zoe with the nice defense makes Sean shoot a difficult shot, but there's Sean staying with the play, the offensive rebound, gets the free throws.
Alonzo needs a breather. He's reaching down, grabbing the trunks, and has hands on knees. Robert Parrish is going to come to midcourt, I think, to get him. Kemp misses the first free throw. No, they're going to go even bigger. Hawkins is going to come out, and the Chief will step in.
The Chief, he's going to be, 42 years old in August?
That's shameful, us sitting here. We ought to be playing rec ball or something.
I'm sitting here getting sore, sitting down watching the game. My knees are hurt. My back is sore. He's out there running up and down the court.
Kemp has 15 as he hits the second of 2. The Sonics trail by 9. 5:40 to go in the third. Bones pursued to midcourt. Double team by Peyton and Perkins. Gets rid of it to Larry Johnson. LJ spots the open man in deep. It's the Chief with a fall-away 12-footer in and out. Rebound, Nate McMillan. Nate to midcourt with a left-hand dribble. Burrell shadows him. Nate sends it cross-court to Peyton. Nice entry pass to Kemp. Spins by Mourning. Powers went up over Parrish and Mourning. Had it snuffed. Blocked away. No foul, but Sonic ball off Charlotte with 15 on the shot clock.
Nice pass inside, but a tough duo to get a shot against Alonzo Mourning, a long arm, Robert Parrish inside.
Peyton will whip it inbound. Schremp scampers to the free throw line. Fall-away Jay won't go. Burrell has the rebound. 5:14 left in the third. 85-76 the count. A 9-point lead for Charlotte. Since trailing by 10 midway through the first quarter, they have been on a run, on a tear. Johnson up fakes, drives Detlef into the lane, runs by him. Oh, he shovels a high one over Kemp and it rims. Kemp with the rebound. The outlet pass blocked away by Larry Johnson. It rolls out of bounds for Seattle ball. 9-point Charlotte lead. 4:53 left in the third. Got to work this lead away before you enter the fourth quarter. The way Charlotte's playing, they could make a 9 or 10-point lead stick. Peyton left side, backing down on Bogues. And a whistle. Illegal defense. Played by Mourning of the Charlotte Hornets.
Again, the Sonics wanted a very quick pace, but this game really hasn't been just an up and down affair, at least in the second half. Just the fact that Charlotte has shot the ball so well is the reason they're scoring so many points.
They've called a technical foul on Alonzo Mourning. The Sonics got a technical on the illegal defense. And Detlef Schremp will head to the free throw line. And he hits the free throw. They did not call a technical foul on Alonzo Mourning. No, they were only indicating that he was illegal in the zone. I beg your pardon. 14 points for Detlef. He hits the free throw, and it's an 8-point lead, 85-77. 4:39 left in the third quarter. McMillan out high on the left sideline. Sends it to Gary, swings it over to Vinny Askew in the lineup. Vinny to Detlef up fakes, drives in, double teamed out to Nate, opens bomb, got the three. Nate McMillan hits his first bucket of the night, and it's a big one. Seattle is within 5 with 4:20 left in the third period.
Nate was 1 out of 11 coming into this game from three-pointers, so he's kind of gotten off that bad streak.
Mourning has it way outside. He turns, rumbles into the lane. His shot partially deflected by Detlef, and a foul called. It will send Mourning to the line. The foul on Detlef Schremp. It's his second.
That jump shot development by Alonzo Mourning makes the defender Sean Kemp have to respect his outside shooting. You have to take a step closer to him so he can put his head down. He can go by you now, going to his right. Got to make him go to his left, his weak hand when he's on the perimeter.
And the three-pointer has been in his repertoire tonight. We're talking about his jump shooting abilities. Hit 2 of them tonight.
He can knock that down and stretch a double. You see only 4 rebounds this game. Had a season-low 3 rebounds yesterday against Phoenix. So Zoe playing out on the perimeter. His rebounding is down the last couple of games.
The Hornets have been absolutely buzzing at the line. They've hit 16 of 16. And Mourning steps up. He has 24 points. Mourning has carried him in the last couple of trips down the floor. 25 from Mourning as he hits both of them. And it's a 7-point Charlotte lead. 4:03 left, third quarter. McMillan trying to fend off Bogues with the right forearm, dribbling with the left. Finds Vinny Askew on the sideline. Checked by Johnson. Floats it low. Feathers into Kemp. Drop step move beneath the rim. Swings it outside to Vinny. Over to Nate. Now in the corner. Gary will take it. Drives to the dotted line. Switches left to right hand and shovels it up and in. What a gorgeous play that was.
And Gary kind of acquired himself in the third quarter offensively. He needs to try and pick things up.
5-point lead for the Hornets. At the 340 mark, Burrell, sideline left, up fakes, McMillan set him off. Burrell outside, finds Johnson for a 25-foot stroke. He got a 3. Larry Johnson was 16. That's at 3-3. Seattle right back. Detlef to Sean in the lane, the jam. And he does some shaking and quaking after the two-handed jam.
But you know what happened? Larry Johnson, after he knocked down the 3, he got to midcourt. He jumped up and kind of kicked his feet together to celebrate. Detlef got behind him. Nice pass to Gary. A better pass of Detlef inside for the dunk.
Charlotte basketball out high. Larry Johnson with it. LJ swings it over to Burrell. Seattle trailing by 6, 2:58 to go in the third. Bones up fakes, drives in, tripped up by Payton. Foul called on Gary Payton. Third foul on Payton.
Number 20, Gary Payton, his third team foul. Timeout.
Well, sometimes the momentum will carry you even through an official's call, but not this time. Teddy Bernhard comes over, and he is wolfing at Gary Payton, who's already picked up a technical foul. On radio, we'll go away and return in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
A young Gary Payton, down, dejected.
Man, my grandma could take me. What the?
Behold, mortal, the glove of Graham.
Thus was born the glove.
KJ and Barkley challenge the glove. The glove steals the ball. His car keys, his cell phone, and hammers it down.
Superhuman, supersonic.
Some people have a lot in common. It's not where they live or what they do. It's not how far they went in school or how old they are. Like 30 million other Americans, these people all know what it feels like to go hungry. Second Harvest can help. It's America's largest food bank network. For more information, call 1-800-532-FOOD. Second Harvest. We can all live without hunger.
Great ball game, 90-84. The Hornets leading by 6.
Yeah, nice touch pass from Shrimp to Kemp, and the jump and the dunk.
Charlotte basketball.
Gary, nice little right-handed runner.
That gets Seattle to within 6. Charlotte ball. Johnson's jumper off the mark. Mourning with a rebound. Backing down on Kemp. He can be aggressive. He has 1 foul and make it 2. Mourning turns, faces, floats a baseline up, missed it. Rebound grabbed by Nate McMillan. 90-84. Seattle can come as close as they have been in some time. Vinny will hold on to this key possession. Skip a low to Sean, quick drop step move on Mourning, up fakes, reverse, up fake, double pump, lean back. He's got to draw a foul, and he does. A great array of movement by Kemp. Finally draws Mourning into him for the foul.
Sean kind of holding his lower back after the move, but here's a quick spin to the baseline. Then the stop. He's trying to come back the other way for the reverse dunk, but Mourning stops that. But Mourning all over the back of Sean Kemp. Sean kind of, I think, wrenches back a little in the play.
Kemp is at 3 of 4 from the line. The Sonics 15 of 19. Free throw up and in for Sean Kemp, a 77% free throw shooter. 18 for Kemp. Scott Burrell will step back in, and Alonzo Mourning will go to the Charlotte bench. Mourning has just played overtime here in this third quarter. He has been a man.
Yes, he has, and he's played big-time minutes on this trip. I mean, 43 yesterday, 47 the other night.
Kemp with 19 has pulled the Sonics to within 4 at the 2:15 mark. Here's Charlotte's Robert Parrish on the block, right side. Kemp leaning on it. Parrish backs, turns, the pass and fall-away baseliner in and out. Rebound, Detlef Schrempf. Detlef, center of the floor, looking left and right. Kemp on his right, Gary on his left. Hits the trailer, Vinny. Down low to Gary, to the glass, lays it up and in. Seattle pulls to within 2 at 90-88 with 1:55 left in the third quarter.
Here comes the track meet. The Sonics want to rebound it, get out, and run every time. Play tough defense.
Sonics on an 8-2 run to pull within 2. Curry for 3, open left side, in and out. Rebound Johnson. Right back up. He's hammered and fouled, and he will have to go to the line.
And Larry didn't like the enthusiasm with which he was fouled by Nate McMillan, but Nate slaps him 5, says, hey, I got to foul you hard, big man. You're a big guy. Here's LJ just going to get the offensive rebound and watch McMillan. He's not going to let him get back up. Tries to wrap his arms up.
Good foul by Nate Johnson to the line. Free throw up and in. Larry Johnson has 17 points. He's had an interesting game. We mentioned he's changed his game. He doesn't play that as much power anymore. He's 3 of 6 from three-point range. He's opened up his range. And he has 9 assists.
Look at the pass, the ball, especially out of the double team. He gets it on a low box. He's getting double teamed 90% of the time. He's doing a good job locating open teammates.
Larry with 18. 1:35 left, and the Hornets leading here by 4. Peyton sideline left. Out on top to McMillan. Illegal defense whistled on the Charlotte Hornets. Scott Burrell off the ball. So Seattle will get a free throw and possession on the 3rd technical foul for illegal defense called on the Hornets this evening.
And Schrempf to the free throw line to shoot the tee.
Schrempf will get the tee shot. 8 of his 14 garnered here in the 3rd quarter. Detlef has picked up the scoring. So has Sean Kemp. He's picked up 7 of his 19 in the 3rd quarter.
Number 13,
Kendall Gill will come back in, and Detlef Schrempf will get a breather at the 129 mark of this 3rd period of play. 92-89 the count. The Charlotte Hornets lead by 3. McMillan with it. Charlotte's led by as many as 13 here in the quarter. Vinny Askew strolls along the 3-point arc, shadowed by Johnson. Top side to Gill, 12 on the shot clock. Askew inside to Peyton. He was on the post. Adams fronting him. The lob pass came in. Gary actually had to deflect it away from Adams to keep it from a steal and flipped it out of bounds. 7 turnovers on the Sonics. 92-89 the count. 3-point Charlotte lead. Larry Johnson left alone for a second outside the 3-point ring. Will lob it on the block. Parrish will catch. He'll shoot and score. 10-footer right side.
That's another assist for LJ. What's that 10 he has tonight? Just threw it up there. Let the Chief go get it.
5-point lead. Askew outside. Nice hesitation dribble. Takes it into the lane. Couldn't finish the running left-hander. Rebound batted outside, and Vinny recovers to get it. Sends it to Gary. Whirls to the baseline. Double pumps. Hooks it outside to Gill for a 3. In and out. Rebound. Kemp deflects it away from Parrish. Charlotte basketball. 41 seconds left in the 3rd. 94-89. The Hornets leading by 5.
Yeah, they got what they wanted. A wide open look. 3-pointer. Kendall Gill just could not knock it down.
Michael Adams will roll the ball up the floor. Look out for Adams. He had an electric 2nd quarter. Adams swings it out on the wing to Curry. In low to Johnson with McMillan on him. Turns into the lane. His shot will not go. Rebound to Kemp. Center of the floor to Peyton to midcourt. He comes. Over to Nate. Pull up. Looks low. Vinny's open. They send it on the block. Vinny with it. Now the Sonics want to work a play with 17 seconds left. 13 on the shot clock. About a 3-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Gary leaps to get a pass from Vinny, left side. Outside to Nate, 4-3, got a beat on it, and bombs it down! Nothing but court for McMillan. Seattle pulls it with a 2, look out for Adams. 4 seconds, 3. Adams up in the front court, hands off to Curry. Looks at the clock, lean shot blocked by Peyton, and that will end the 3rd quarter of play. The Hornets' 13-point lead, whittled away to 2, right where the Sonics want to be in this game. Down 2 at home, heading to the 4th quarter. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Time for the Sports Authority Big Wheel Races. Our 3 contestants tonight are Jeremy Couts of wearing the yellow helmet, Jordan Morse of Renton wearing the blue helmet, and Kellen Asai of Auburn wearing the pink helmet. They each must race through the orange cones to the free throw line, and the first driver to cross that finish line is the winner. All right, contestants, are you ready? Get set. Go!
Here's Detlef being the primary ball handler on the play, and nice job. Vincent Askew, good no-look pass. Gary with the quick bank shot over the Chief, Robert Parrish.
Was it 13? Up on the MGD scoreboard, NBA scores tonight. Pacers win again. Good golly. That's, I think, their 7th in a row. 108-97 this time over Boston. Detroit 97, Milwaukee 89. Atlanta beats Sacramento. Sacramento having a tough trip out east. 118-99. Welcome to the road trip to the east.
Fading away.
Chicago 108, New Jersey 86. The final there. Houston defeats Cleveland 86-78. That's a big win for Houston. Cleveland's been playing well, and Portland leads the Clippers 48-40 in the 3rd. It's only a matter of time. But as you mentioned, the Clippers
double
did
figures,
what
baby.
they had to do.
Double figures, baby. The 10 victories. They celebrated. They broke out the champagne. They broke out the caviar. Billy Crystal was there. 10 big victories for the Clippers. They avoid being the worst team, or they're having the worst record in NBA history. What is that? That's 9, Philadelphia.
Philly
would have tied Philly.
23-17, Utah leading the Lakes in the first quarter play. Utah quietly headed toward a 60-win season, or on pace. Welcome back to the Woodshed at Tacoma, the Tacoma Dome, 94-92. Seattle pulling from 13 back in the third to get within 2 as we begin play. Sonic basketball to start the fourth quarter. Gill and Askew with a handle outside. Vinny backdoor lob, in low Gary, whirls it all back to the basket, reverse right-hander.
Yeah, George looks like he's going to milk that matchup until the Hornets adjust.
94-94 the score. Charlotte basketball outside. Adams being pursued by Payton and Gill. Adams turns right into Askew, digging away at the ball, gets rid of it. With it, Mourning drives into the lane, off balance, running right-hander, and a bump foul called on Perkins. Every time they get Mourning out of position, out of control a little bit, Seattle will bail him out by getting close to him. And I guess there's no avoiding him. He is getting the big-time calls right now. He did that time.
He's the zone dog. Here's Gary with a nice lob inside. Good spin, throwback spin off the backboard. But yeah, this is Zoe, baby. He's the all-star superstar on all the commercials, the posters. He's going to get to the free throw line.
He has 25 tonight, and he's hit 8 of 8 from the line as that one bounces in.
I mean, I just marvel as Hersey Hawkins replaces the Chief. I marvel at the improvement of this guy from Alonzo Mourning from his freshman year to where he is now. I mean, just a major leap in his offensive skills.
20 of 20 from the line for the Charlotte Hornets.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, in the summertime, he just locks himself up with Patrick Ewing. He's got a little Othello Harrington on the side. Throw a little Dikembe at him, day in and day out, just banging away.
That'll get you inside game, Sharp. Going against Dikembe, working out every day.
27 for Mourning, 96-94. Charlotte by a deuce. Payton, left side double team, went into the air to make a pass, stripped of the ball, out of bounds. Seattle ball.
And let's see if the Sonics still try and milk this matchup. Gary Payton, 6'4", against Michael Adams, 5'10".
Sonics have Perkins, Askew, McMillan with Gill and Payton. Here's a pass to Gill, whirls into the lane, switches left to right hand, lays it up. Mourning got a piece of it off the glass. Grabbed by Burrell, swings it ahead to Michael Adams. Charlotte by a deuce with 11 minutes remaining in the ball game. Detlef Schrempf and Sean Kemp on the Sonic bench. Seattle's gone small here to start the period. Adams out beyond the three-point ring. Finds Hawkins turning, tried to feed to Mourning, chapped away by Perkins. Grabbed by Payton up the floor. He comes. He'll dart under Burrell and lay it up and in.
Burrell thought he had a beat on it. He thought he had a block, but Gary, nice little extension, backhanded layup off the glass.
96-96, 10:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Adams outside with a dribble. Trying to get free as Hawkins down on the baseline, but he can't. They swing it to Burrell. Now to Hawkins in the corner. In low, Alonzo had it, lost it, got it back, rolled up his shoulder, turns, high hook, got another one. 29 for Zoe. 98-96.
Going to that left shoulder. He's almost impossible to stop tonight.
Charlotte by 2. Perkins at 3. Floats it up. Flat shot. Missed it. Askew after the rebound. Keeps it alive. Goes to the glass. Lays it up. No! Followed up by Gill with 2 hands. He jams it down on the follow.
Gendo finally something positive. He's kind of struggled by the last 7 or 8 minutes out on the floor, but that's a nice follow.
98-98. 9:57 to go in the game. What a game it has been. It has had a little bit of everything. Curry inside. Mourning has position. Goes for the flush, but he walks. Oh, Mourning with a drop step to the baseline all alone as they lobbed it over the fronting defense. And a walk called by Jess Kersey on the superstar.
You're going to take a look inside. Nice lob pass. Watch the footwork. Yes, he did. Oh, wow, that's a serious. This guy, he was 4th in the league, 31 traveling violations last year, so he does that an awful lot.
Took a big hop. Charlotte with 8 turnovers. Seattle with 7. It's been a well-played game. 98 all. 9:42 to go in the contest. Perkins in low to Vinny. Seattle looking for the lead again. Outside, Vinny to Perk. Won't take the 3. Mourning steps out on it. Gill slants left side, running right-hander. Twisted up off glass. A 4th shot, rim short, rebound Mourning. Outlet pass midcourt with it. Hawkins. Percy down the right side. Shadow by Nate McMillan. Percy Hawkins fires a chest pass. Curry sways right, goes left. Illegal defense. Whistled on the Supersonics. Charlotte will have a free throw and possession with 9:21 left. Score tied at 98 all.
Just Kersey right there to explain it to George Karl what he was looking at when he called that illegal. D. George seemed to be satisfied with the explanation, but that shot by Kendall, that's a bad shot.
Yeah, he's just trying to force his night right now.
He's trying to get his old team back. He averaged 21 points a game his third year. They brought in Alonzo Mourning. His average dropped to about 17. He wanted to get out of there. He got out of there. He wants to bust him, but he's trying too hard.
99-98 to score. 9:15 left in the game. Adams double to the sideline. In low, they go to Mourning. Tapped away in the fronting defense by Perkins. McMillan comes to midcourt. They have a 5-on-4. Mourning slow and getting up. Askew turns in the lane. High hook over Johnson. No. Followed by Gill. They're going to call a loose ball foul on the Sonics and a technical foul on the Supersonics. Vinny Askew spiked the ball in disgust over the call. He will get the personal foul and the technical foul.
Now here we take a look at it. Vinny in the paint against Larry Johnson. Just tries to get it up on the glass. And I guess what they call that on the foul on Vinny or foul on deadlift?
Foul on Vinny shoving on Larry Johnson. It was very incidental contact, but it was clear enough that Tony Brothers could see it. And Curry comes the other way to hit the technical foul shot. 9 points.
And Vinny slams the ball down, and the official's like, if that comes down, it's a technical foul.
Odds are it will. 2 points, Charlotte lead. 8:58 to go in the game. Adams rolls it down, sideline left. Johnson bluffs as if he's going to pick, then fades out and gets the ball out beyond the three-point ring. Adams working the left sideline, crossover right to left hand, into the lane, double team, dumps it outside to LJ, back to Adams. Slants in, up fakes, and fires the shot put runner from the dotted line. Nothing but cord. 13 for Adams.
Mr. Unorthodox, but he gets it done.
4-point Charlotte lead with 8:32 left. Gill comes off the Perkins pick, stops, feeds to McMillan on the left wing. In low, Detlef backs, double team, slides it across in the alley to Askew. Missed the left-hander, tapped it up and in with a left hand on the follow. Great play.
And Vinny's playing with some anger tonight. He's playing hard, playing a good basketball game.
102-100, 8:12 to go, fourth quarter. Seattle playing small against the Mourning Larry Johnson lineup. Adams double team sideline left, down on top to Johnson. In low, Mourning's open, goes to the glass. Hammered by Detlef. Shrimp for the foul called. And this one on Detlef is his second. And Mourning will go to the line. The Hornets have done it all right. They've been at the line 23 of 23 tonight.
Larry Johnson again finds the open man underneath, and you got to give Larry some kind of a half assist or something for that pass. The only way that kept it from being an assist was that Alonzo was fouled intentionally. And again, where is Sean Kemp?
You took the words right out of my mouth. Mourning hits the free throw. 30 points for Mourning. Seattle staying small against Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning with 8:03 left. Charlotte leading by 3, 103-100.
I mean, a player, if he's struggling, you take him out to save him from himself so he doesn't get too down. But Sean that's the farthest thing away from what he's been doing tonight. He's struggling. He's had a very productive basketball game.
Yeah, he has been fired. And finally, Charlotte misses at the line. After hitting 24 of 24, they get their first miss at the line. And it's a 3-point Charlotte lead. 7:54 left in the game. Mid-block right side. Shrimp backs outside of Perkins. Swinging cross-court. Gill for 3 to tie it. Rimmed it. Rebound. All Alonzo Mourning. Seattle's outboarded Charlotte 31-20. But Charlotte's had the defensive rebounds tonight, and they have run off those rebounds. They've had a lot of run-out baskets. Adams begins play, skipping it to Curry. In low, mid-block left side. Johnson doubled out to Adams, over to Hawkins. Up fakes. Spun around by McMillan. Great stop. Over to Mourning. Outside 17-footer in and out. Rebound grabbed by Kendall. Lead pass to McMillan to midcourt. Seattle down 3 with 7:18 to go. McMillan stops, fires it in the flow to Detlef. The ball was batted out of bounds. Detlef grabbed it. And a timeout called by Detlef Shrimp. Wise play. He got it as he was soaring out of bounds. Called a timeout.
Threes.
Sean Kemp back in for Seattle along with Gary Payton.
Number 20, Gary.
103-100. 7:14 left in the game. George Karl sends Payton and Kemp in the lineup. Kemp has it out high, left-hand side of the key. Checked by Mourning. Swings it across the key to Shrimp. In low to Perkins. Ball jabbed away. Grabbed by Michael Adams. Up ahead to Del Curry. 9 turnovers on the Sonics. Curry cross-court. Hawkins. Drops it to LJ. Leans back, uncorks a bomb, and got an 18-footer right side.
Boy, has he improved his jumper. But this is a smaller unit for the Hornets. But boy, they tough with the shooters and the strength they have between Mourning and Johnson.
Larry with 20. 105 to 100. 6:45 to go. In low, Perkins has it. Double. Out on top, it comes to Detlef. Starts a right-handed dribble. Hands to Kemp. He circles with 8 on the shot clock. Dumps it to Gary. Whirls by Adams. Drives into the lane. Finger rolls it up and in. A gorgeous play. 27 for Gary Payton. What a shot.
One thing I can't do is finger roll.
And he did that time, put a little extra lift into it.
But Sam has got Dale Curry guarding him at the offensive end. He's got to find a way to do something against him.
Adams streaks in, splits the D. His shot rejected by Kemp. Goaltending the call. He had to go at least take a chance at it because Adams was all alone to the rack. 15 points for Adams. 5-point lead for Charlotte. Trepp driving into the lane. Feeds outside for Sam. Threw it by him and into backcourt out of Sonic hands. It will be Charlotte basketball. 6:05 left. Charlotte leading by 5, 107 to 102.
Sam Perkins having a long night offensively. I mean, that was not his fault, that pass, but really hasn't done a whole lot on the offensive end tonight. Played some decent defense.
And when you're not scoring, do you look maybe? Well, let's hold on a second. Here's Mourning in low, twisting on Kemp, and a foul called on Sean Kemp, who locked him up on the blocks. That is the 3rd foul on Kemp. When you're not scoring, does your mindset sometimes tell you, well, I'm not going to get the ball because I'm not scoring, and maybe you don't expect to get the ball?
Well, when you're not scoring, it's almost like you run away from the ball.
Yeah.
Well, Gary and Michael Adams, you really don't want the basketball if you know your shot's just a little bit off.
Hornets will bring it in bounds. Curry to Mourning, 15 feet from the hole left side. Jabs left, goes right. We have a walk. No, illegal defense on the Sonics.
Illegal defense. Detlef. Again, he was 2nd in the league last year behind Dikembe, and illegal defense is called against him with 31. And the rules have changed. They're even more stricter this year, so he might be on pace to break that 31 illegal Ds of last year.
Curry misses the free throw. The Hornets, after hitting 24 in a row, missed their last 2. But with 107 to 102.
This lineup the Hornets have in, I mean, it seems like it's almost tailor-made to have a Kendall Gill in there, put Detlef on Larry Johnson, and take Sam out of there because he is struggling.
5-point lead. Bounce pass inside. Mourning double. Across the way it comes to LJ for the 3. Whirls it up there. I think Sam might have had a hand on it. It came up short, an air ball. Kemp to Payton. On up to Sam, left wing. Drops it low. Detlef backs down on LJ. Turns. Pumps it out to Vinny. To Gary. Pump fakes to Payton. To Perkins. Comes off the shrimp pick. Swings it to Kemp. Runs the baseline. Powers up with 2 hands. Ooh, he nearly snuck it in as he was fouled going to the rack.
Nice job, John Kemp, attacking the basket. They're saying that there is no continuation on the play. I can't see that. There's the up fake from Gary. And watch Sean. Where does he get fouled? Where does he pick up the basketball? Should have been continuation.
He will not get the shot inside. They go back to Kemp. Mishandles the ball, comes up with it, out to Perkins, over to Detlef. He steps into the paint, delivers the goods to Kemp, and a jump hook from 5 is up and nothing but net. 21 for Kemp. 107 to 104. Charlotte by 3 with 5 minutes remaining in the game.
Need a couple stops, consecutive stops.
Michael Adams will bring it to midcourt. Shadowed by Payton. Adams with a chest pass to Curry. Askew all over him. They feed it to Johnson. Swatted away by Perkins, but regained by Curry. Outside it comes to Johnson. Double teamed and trapped. Finds the open man Adams. Out beyond the 3-point ring. Hesitates with a dribble. Drives into the lane. Shovels it up, but did not get it off in time. A 24-second shot clock violation on the Hornets. Their 10th turnover. Seattle will get it back. Trailing by 3 with 4:40 left in the game.
It's to Sam Perkins' credit. He's working extremely hard defensively against Larry Johnson, even though Johnson still has his 20 points.
Payton will come to midcourt. Quarter court left. 3 Sonics stack up off the ball. 2-man play. Payton off the Kemp pick. Oh! He will go back and get it and tomahawk it. Get on that magic carpet and soar, baby.
Oh, boy. What are they calling?
Now we got a taunting foul of all things called on the Supersonics, Sean Kemp.
Oh, grow up, why don't you, referees? You throw down a dunk like this, you're supposed to taunt. Watch the ball hit Alonzo Mourning right near the head as it comes through. Sean Kemp. And, hey, he didn't really taunt Alonzo. He just kind of did a general taunting thing. I thought it was a bad call.
108-106. The Hornets call a timeout with 4:25 left in the game. We'll be back on radio here on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. Two-man play, left side, pick and roll. Here they go.
Watch the extension and the throwdown. And look, he didn't really get up into Alonzo's face and just give him the stare down like you saw him do against the Clippers and Piatkowski. It was more kind of like to the crowd, like, I'm so bad I can't stand myself kind of a thing. But Teddy Bernhardt says no, no, no. And as an official, wow, that's every time I look at that, it looks even more incredible. And you see, that's what they call the taunting, and that's just that basic kind of rappers like, I'm live, I'm bad, I'm cold, but not really. And also,
no words at all.
Well, these two have been real cool throughout this game. They've been patting each other on the behind, smiling, joking. You know, as an official, you want to stop any potential altercations, and these two have played a real kind of gentleman's game with each other out there. And Alonzo probably appreciated that dunk more than Sean Kemp.
Well, that was an awful call. There's no doubt about that. That was a brutal call. I think of taunting, I'm thinking of a guy that's he's spitting a lot of venom. He's talking a lot of talk. He's up in the guy's face, as you say. He's all up on him, and he's jabbing his finger in his chest. That was not the case with Sean Kemp, who says, I'm all right. Well, I tell you what, he threw a fire into this crowd.
Yes, he did.
Well, an absolutely brutal call on Sean Kemp for taunting. Has the Sonics down by 2, 108-106, but he threw one tomahawk jam like I have never seen him throw down in his 6-year career on Alonzo Mourning, and the Sonic crowd is revved. Here's Johnson down low. In he comes. Reverse right-hander, hangs on the rim, falls off. Rebound grabbed by Perkins, who has made 3 nice stops on Larry Johnson. Peyton over to Askew, in low to Detlef, back to Vinny. Back in, it goes to Detlef, spins away, lays it up, hangs, won't go, foul out on the floor. This will be, well, it will not be a shooting foul. Del Curry apparently got Detlef on the floor as he had a mismatch. You were mentioning that mismatch. Well, Curry comes out, Scott Burrell will check in.
Want to get a little bit bigger, put some more physical presence against Perkins or strip. They had Curry guarding Sam Perkins for long stretches, and Sam couldn't get anything done. Again, he's struggling a bit offensively.
108-106, Seattle can tie it. Inbounds pass to Perkins. Looking for Peyton. Gary will get it, sends it low to Detlef. Backs down on LJ. Doubled on the block, out to Gary. 3-stroke in the air, got it. Gary Payton hits the 3, and the Sonics have taken the lead. 109-108, 3:45 left in the game.
And it's no longer dead in the shed as people start to wake up and try and provide some energy.
Gary 4 of 4 from 3-point range. Sonics dig in defensively. They've got to get busy. Boat swings it to Hawkins. Hawkins with a basketball. In low to Mourning. Drop step spin. Powers one up. Double team. And a foul call on the Sonics. Sean Kemp.
That's a good call. That's a good call. Sean had perfect defensive position. Kind of rode him underneath with the body to get the foul. You're going to watch Zoe trying to spin to the baseline. Sean, beautiful job in cutting him off. When Zoe elevates, Sean goes up underneath the body of Alonzo for the foul. Should have just maintained that initial position, would not have got the foul call.
Alonzo Mourning, 30 big ones tonight. And the Hornets, after hitting 24 in a row, well, they're back on track as Mourning hits that one, 26 of 28. For Alan Bristow's Charlotte Hornets in the 3rd game of a 6-game trip out west. So far it's been tough. The overtime loss to the Lakers, the national TV loss yesterday, and a grinder to the Phoenix Suns in Phoenix. Mourning can give him the lead, and he does. 110-109. It's Charlotte leading. Seattle with Peyton, Perkins, Kemp, Askew, and Shrimp on the floor at the 3:21 mark of the 4th period. 110-109. Charlotte by 1. Peyton with the ball. Left-hand side of the key. Working on Tyrone Bogues. In low it comes to Sam. Backing down on the 6'7" Burrell. Doubled outside to Peyton. Cross-court Vinny. Sets up. Sends it low to Kemp. 4 on the shot clock. Back to Vinny. Strokes a 3. In and out. Rebound grab by Bogues. Bogues up the floor. Both Burrell and Perkins fall out of bounds. Now they sprint back up the floor. Bogues will use some time waiting for Burrell to get back in the flow. Bogues hits Burrell popping out around the key. Sends it to Hersey Hawkins. Check by Askew. Charlotte leading by 1. 2:45 left. 8 on the shot clock. Barry Johnson steps out beyond the three-point ring. Fires a 3. It looks like it's short. Air ball grabbed by Bogues. No, it hit the end line. It hit the end line. And Seattle will take it back with 2:38 left. Trailing by 1. 110 to 109.
And what a beautiful piece of defense on the low post. Sean Kemp guarding Alonzo Mourning, just laid the lumber all over and wouldn't let him move unless he was right there with him. Denied him down there. He couldn't get the pass. Excellent job, Sean Kemp.
Here come the Sonics down 1 with 2:33 left. Peyton curls off the Kemp pick. Slides it out to Detlef. 3 in the air with a man running at it. He got it! Oh my goodness, what a shot! Detlef Schrempf hits a 3. And the Sonics lead it 112 to 110. That's our Sonics Horizon Air instant replay. 2:15 left in the fourth quarter. Here is Hawkins. Sideline left, covered by Peyton. Sends it over to LJ. Johnson looking at Mourning, coming to the ball side. His progress impeded by Detlef, and a foul called on Detlef Schrempf.
And to give you an idea of how well Sean played Alonzo Mourning, you watch Alonzo just run over Detlef Schrempf. He's coming down for low post position. I mean, Detlef gets the worst of that one, but he gets the foul too, gets the blocking foul because he impeded the progress of Alonzo Mourning.
Here's a number for you folks. Charlotte's hit 8 of 10 from the line in the fourth quarter. Seattle has not shot a free throw in the fourth quarter. Mourning short irons the free throw. Mourning 12 of 14 from the line. Charlotte 9 of 11 from the line in the fourth quarter. The Sonics, I repeat, have not shot a free throw in the fourth quarter.
Charlotte has, what, 2 team fouls, so they will not shoot one for a while.
Here's Mourning. Seattle leading 112 to 110 after Detlef's 3. Mourning sends it up and in. 33 for Mourning. Seattle by 1 with 2:06 left. 112-111. Peyton whirls by Bogues out of backcourt. With the left hand, he'll hand off to Detlef Schrempf. High post left side, covered by Burrell. Oh, he skips it over to Gary, but fronted by Burrell and stolen. Brilliant play by the second-year player from Connecticut. He led Connecticut, all-time steal leader with over 300. So he knows how to play defense. And he had a big pick right there for the Hornets, who have possession and call a timeout with 1:47 left in the game. Seattle leading 112 to 111 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Turnabout's fair play. Charlotte Torre shooting the three-pointer. Now the Sonics take the lead on the three-pointer from Gary Payton. Gary Payton with the stinger, the pain coming down the arm, still able to knock it down. Here's Detlef with Burrell running at him. You see the finish. He's going to provide the finish for us. It's a field goal. It's good. Detlef Schrempf. And I guess you could accuse Detlef of being just a little casual with the one-handed pass, but you see him make that pass and complete it. I think you should give more credit to Scott Burrell and that anticipation you mentioned. He's the all-time leading steals at Connecticut with over 300.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming down the dome stretch. So get on your feet for your Seattle Supersonics.
Don't forget to pick up your copy of the BP Collector's Poster, available now while supplies last at all BP locations throughout Washington State. BP on the move. 112, 111. Sonics by 1. A minute 47 left in the game. Charlotte basketball. Hawkins, Curry, Mourning, Larry Johnson, and 5'3" Tyrone Bogues. The Sonics will have Shrimp, Perkins, Kemp, Payton, and Vinny Askew on the floor. Charlotte will bring it in bounds. Bogues has it. Swings it over to Curry. Drops it low to Mourning. On the low block. Right side. Doubled by Detlef and Sean. 7 on the shot clock. Outside. They swing it to Bogues. Up fakes. 15-footer. Got it. 1-point lead for Charlotte.
It's almost like the Sonics were conceding the jumper to Bogues, and why not? You got some other shooters on the floor who can knock it down a lot more consistently, but Bogues knocks it down.
And he has tonight 5 for 5. Charlotte leading by 1. 113, 112. Payton with the basketball. 118 left. Cross court it comes to Kemp. Vinny Askew in front of the Charlotte bench with a basketball. 5 on the shot clock for Vinny. Ball jabbed away, grabbed by Larry Johnson. So 2 consecutive turnovers by the Sonics, 11 for the night. 104 left, and they are down by 1, 113 to 112. The last two Sonic baskets have been threes, one by Payton, one by Shrimp. Here's Larry Johnson for the baseline. Open 15-footer, felt it, fired it, missed it. Rebound, Vinny Askew ahead to Gary. 1-on-1 on Bogues. Back spins into the lane, fouled as he went up between Bogues and Curry. Now remember, as Marcus mentioned, they have a foul to give, or do they? They do not. Shooting foul or over the limit. I think it's their second. No, it's their first of the last 2. But they're going to rule that a shooting foul. After everything they've let go, they rule this a shooting foul.
Well, they're going to call this the continuation as he picks it up here, and there's the foul there against Del Curry. So, I mean, it was a good call, but we've seen Sean Kemp doing the same thing. And no continuation call. Muggsy does not agree.
Gary has 30 points tonight. The free throw will tie, and he got it. Gary Payton hits the free throw. 10 in the fourth quarter for Payton. It is the first free throw the Sonics have attempted in the fourth quarter. And the Charlotte Hornets, Marcus, have attempted 9, or actually hit 9. Gary's second free throw off the mark. We're tied at 113. 42 seconds left in the game.
Sam Perkins put it back in there to play the defense, the big body against Larry Johnson.
Bogues to Curry and low to Mourning. Mourning backing, nearly stumbling. Back into Kemp, turns with a left-handed hook and hits the side of the glass, and a foul call on Sean Kemp. So they'll send Mourning to the line. That foul on Sean Kemp.
And there's that guy again, Teddy Bernhardt. Shaw's got to be careful. Looked like good position, maybe a little bit too much body right. God, I don't know. Looked like his hands were extended over his head. There was some contact, but it was initiated by Zoe. But you know what I said, Zoe's going to get to the free throw line. He's into that protective phase right now with the officials.
He's hit 13 out of 15 from the stripe, and this one rims around and falls. And the Hornets take the 1-point lead. 34 for Mourning.
Number 11, David Wingate.
What is this? The Hornets put in Wingate, Parrish,
and take Hawkins and Bogues off the floor.
Okay, for defensive purposes, I suppose.
I think it's kind of a moot point because Seattle's going to call a timeout if Mourning makes the free throw. 114 to 113. Charlotte, 31 and 8/10 seconds remaining in the game. Mourning second up, rimmed it. Rebound, Perkins, timeout called by the Sonics. Here's the stat for you. The Sonics have attempted 2 free throws in the fourth quarter, and 1 of 2 as Payton got 1 of the 2 free throws. The Charlotte Hornets have hit now on 10 of 14 from the line here in this fourth quarter of play. And a timeout called by the Sonics with possession. We'll keep it right here with the Hornets leading by 1, 114, 113. 31 and 5/10 seconds remaining in this game.
George Karl trying to mastermind an offensive play, something that he can either get to the free throw line for a couple of free throws or get a good look at the basket. He's got a lot of guys who've been stroking it pretty decently. Sean Kemp, Gary Payton with 30. Vincent Askew's had a decent night. Detlef has had a nice second half offensively, so a lot of options to go to.
What is encouraging is the Sonics' last 2 trips down have been botched by bad passes, and I think it's more a case of they're making the mistake, their carelessness with the ball, than good, tight Charlotte defense. So if you figure if you handle the ball well, you got a pretty good chance at scoring here.
Yeah, that's like, you know, sticking bamboo shoots under the fingernails of a coach when you have 2 consecutive possessions in a game like this. You don't even get a shot off. And as you mentioned, it's not that there was great defense being played, just that First, Detlef Schrempf with the one-handed pass, a little careless, good play by Scott Burrell, and then Vinny Askew trying to penetrate, trying to pass. He lost it 2 consecutive times.
Well, Gary Payton has had the hot hand, 31 points, 11 of 14 from the field, 6 of 8 from the line. He has had 8 assists, kept 23 points, 8 rebounds, is at 9 of 13. Detlef's at 5 of 9 from the field. He has 18 points. Those are your principles offensively for Seattle. Don't be surprised, though, if Vinny Askew throws a play at you. Vinny had that great second quarter when he scored on 11 of his 15 points.
What George likes to do with Vinny, isolate him up top, kind of a 1-4 alignment, let him just handle the basketball, penetrate, and try and get to the free throw line or get to 2.
Seattle down 1 with 31 and 5/10 seconds remaining in the game. 114-113. The Charlotte Hornets leading by 1. Askew has the ball at the sideline, midcourt.
They're going to Gary Payton, I believe. Well, I thought they might try and post Gary against Bogues at some point.
Gary trying to get open. Askew will swing it over to Detlef. Sideline left covered by LJ. Double team. 28 seconds left. Out to Vinny. Back to Detlef. Left side double. Back to Vinny. Top side of the key. Sonics need movement. 14 on the shot clock. Askew with the ball left wing. Hands to Payton. They try to get it to Detlef. Now they go to Gary to the baseline. He trips with the ball, goes to the floor, manages to maintain balance, gives to Detlef, runs inside, running right-hander. He sent Askew down to the floor, and the Charlotte Hornets have the rebound. Bogues comes to midcourt, and he's fouled with 4 7/10 of a second remaining in the ball game. Seattle wasted entirely too much time trying to go to a one-man game, isolated on the left wing. Detlef Schrempf with a handle on the ball.
Yeah, not very good execution. Charlotte, give them credit. They double teamed, but Gary had a look coming around off the handoff from Detlef. He turned the corner, kind of lost his footing. I think he had designs to kind of take it in there and challenge Alonzo Mourning, but just could not stay on his feet.
Charlotte by 1, 114-113. Folks will get 2 free throws. And the first one up, it is good. Bogues with 11.
And those are his first of the night, but he's made his last 16 in a row now, so he's doing a good job.
And the Hornets have been 11 of 15 at the line in the fourth quarter. Seattle 1 of 2. Bogues second one up, rims, falls. Sonics call a timeout. Down 3, they need a 3 just to tie it. The 4 7/10 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Now this is the type of situation where a guy like a Sam Perkins, who's done nothing offensively in the second half, he could step up and be a hero for you because he can stroke the 3. We've seen him hit some real big shots.
Well, we of course have the benefit of second guessing everything from the sideline. And we will on this play. Here's the last play for Seattle. Askew with the ball on the point.
Well, watching Gary try and turn the corner here off a screen by Detlef. Looked like he wanted the challenge, couldn't maintain his footing, but good defense by Charlotte. Larry Johnson right there to cut it off. And this is the kind of shot you want a team to take against you when they're trying to tie up a ball game or go ahead.
Well, what's surprising is Seattle doesn't get a call there as Detlef squeezes between a double team, is sent off balance. You can see hands in the back and no whistle at home. That is really interesting, especially for an all-star the caliber of Detlef Schrempf. 116-113. It's been a strangely officiated game, dominated by a younger official, Ted Bernhardt.
Yes, and that's been the strangest part of it all.
And he has come up with some really interesting calls here tonight.
Let's see on this second look if Detlef avoids the contact. The old water theory goes to the path of least resistance. Maybe that's why the foul wasn't called. Looked like he kind of jumped between the 2 defenders instead of trying to draw some contact. He penetrates here. That's tough.
Yeah, LJ's just trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, Larry's definitely backing off. He doesn't want to get the foul called against it, but I think that was a problem when Gary slipped. I thought he had something he could do, some kind of creativity. He could do something with the ball, but Detlef tried to draw the contact. Larry Johnson just kind of backed off, and I thought it was a decent non-call on the part of the official.
Yeah, now that you've got to, at that point, you've got to take a guy completely apart to get a call there.
And as an offensive player, Detlef, you got to just fling your body into the nearest guy. You just hope you get the blocking call as opposed to the charge.
Comes down to a 3 now for the Sonics just to tie it. They are 12 of 22 from 3-point range tonight.
It's smart, Charlotte. They've got Scotty Burrell trying to put a blanket on Sam Perkins.
McMillan will attempt to bring it in bounds. Mourning will draw a delay of game warning by jumping into Nate McMillan. 4 and 7/10 seconds remaining in the game. Seattle trailing by 3. McMillan will bring it in bounds. Gary comes to the ball. Turns double team. Ball hacked away. Gary's got it back. Gary lost it. Is he fouled? He is. With 0.8 of a second left, but it will do the Sonics very little good.
And Gary trying to get the shot off the Hornets, trying to foul him.
Now you go to the line and you hit that first, and the second you've got to send it off the rim. Anthony Hardaway would tell you about that, and you've got to get the follow for the tap. That's about all you can do, I think, at this point if you're Seattle.
Yeah.
So Gary will attempt, he's got to hit the first, or it's completely a moot point. He's got to have this one to give Seattle any chance, and he got it. All right, he's got 32 points. Now, the timeout is called, and Seattle will align their players along the free throw line to best serve a tip-in. That would tie the game. 116-114, Charlotte leading with 0.8 of a second remaining. And the thing is, with this play, you can't worry about social graces. You got to knock somebody down and tap it in, and hope that you don't get whistled for it if you do sink the tip.
And the colleges, I haven't seen it much in the pro ranks, but they cross those two rebounders in the second position on the free throw line, just trying to confuse the defense a little bit. Then they send a third guy in, trying to grab the garbage within all the mayhem. But again, you don't see it. But I think most teams, and I'm sure the Sonics do, work on situations like this, how they want to try and miss, or exactly what they want to do. I mean, I've always been a fan of, like, as soon as you get it, just throw it up there. As soon as the official hands you the ball, just get rid of it, and everybody else in tune to it, and try and catch a team sleeping. But, you know, still, 0.8 of a second is going to be difficult to do.
And if you do get off a quick shot, sometimes the shooter can sneak in there.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. Get it off, especially to get it off the front rim hard enough, it might come back to you.
Get to the dotted line and try to sweep it back in. Some teams will send in their entire cast of 7-footer.
Right, I was just going to say, I was wondering if Georgia put in a real huge lineup, just throw Cartwright, Irvin Johnson, put a lot of guys in there, just everybody crash. But he's got Kendall, I think, coming back in the game, and that's specifically for his leaping ability. But, you know, the Hornets, they know the Michael Jordan play. They're going to block out Kendall. He's probably going to try and get a running start somewhere near the top of the key on the right or left elbow. But you can be sure the Hornets know about that, and we'll try and block him out away from the basketball.
Yeah, Gary just tightening up now. That back's tightening. That left shoulder that's giving him problems for a week.
And you see Hersey Hawkins face guarding Kendall Gill. Like, no, bro, no way. Don't try that Windy City trick here. I'm from Chicago, too.
116-114. Gary, with 0.8 of a second, has got to send the ball off the rim. Now, you can't use the glass here. You got to use that rim. It's got to hit the rim.
See, as soon as it touched my hand, I throw it up there real quick. Just pop.
He's going to take his time. He'll double pump it. Perkins and Kemp on the block. Here's the tap. It went off the glass and did not hit any rim. Charlotte will win it. Final score, 116-114. Huge win for the Charlotte Hornets. They're a good ball club, 35-21. They even their record on the road to 14-14. We'll be back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. Sonic Basketball has been brought to you by Cold Filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Get out of the old, get into the cold.
Stop by the nearest merchandise stand tonight. You can purchase your own Sonics ticket for as little as $13. Prepare yourself for sunny days ahead. Going home tonight with a Sonics t-shirt. Music for all Sonic home games provided by Tower Records and Video, with locations in Seattle, Bellevue, and Tacoma. On your ride home tonight, tune into Sports Radio 950 KJR, the Sonics postgame show with Kevin Calabro and Marcus Johnson. It's brought to you by Gilchrist Chevrolet Geo of Tacoma and Snapple Beverages. Whether they're on the road or at home, tune into Sports Radio 950 KJR. the official radio station of the Supersonics. Sonic sound system provided by American Music with locations in Seattle, Bellevue, South Center, and Tacoma. Well, drive safely on your way home, everyone, tonight. Be sure to buckle up. Remember, friends, don't let friends drive drunk. Good night, everyone, from the Tacoma Dome.
Well, the Sonics taking on the chin tonight to the Charlotte Hornets, who really played very well. 116-114, the final score, and the Sonics lose despite the 32-point effort of Gary Payton. Alonzo Mourning negates that with a 34-point outpouring in the middle tonight for the Hornets. Larry Johnson chips in with the 20 points. And last we saw, LJ had, well, he did have the 10 assists for the night. They shot well from three-point range. They sustained it. They ran. They did not play like a club that had played only a short 24 hours ago.
Right, and you know, a very tough game in Phoenix. But for the Sonics, the thing that's going to come back to haunt them, those two possessions in crunch time when they did not get a shot off first. Detlef threw the ball away. Then Vinny Askew lost the basketball. Plus that play they ran on their last possession was not really a thing of beauty. Didn't get the kind of shot they wanted with Detlef forcing a shot with two defenders on him. So those are things I'm sure the coaching staff, the players will reflect on after tonight's loss.
Well, you talk about go-to guys in that situation. Gary Payton had the hot hand. He did try to turn the corner. As you mentioned, Charlotte came up, stacked up low. LJ Mourning sweep over to the baseline to shut him off as he fell with the basketball. And he was lucky to get up, and Seattle's lucky to even get off a shot.
Yeah, you were. And he saw something. I thought Gary, if he would not have lost his footing, would have been able to do something. You know, Gary's a very creative player, and I believe he saw an angle there. He wanted to take it, but hey, he slipped. What can you say?
Well, here's a stat now. The Charlotte Hornets, 12 of 16 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter, and Seattle went 2 for 3 from the line. I'm not sure what conclusion you can draw from that, but Alonzo Mourning stepped up to the line 17 times and hit 14 of 17.
There's your conclusion. Alonzo Mourning is going to shoot a lot of free throws. And, you know, he was bailed out 2 or 3 times on good defensive plays by Sean Kemp and other Sonics, but the officials, any kind of contact, he was getting to the free throw line.
Seattle outboarded the Hornets 37-24 tonight. Great inside play by Mourning. Take nothing away from him. Double, triple teamed at times, and there's the great footwork around the lid. 9 of 14 shooting tonight for Alonzo, who also hit 2 threes. He was 2 for 2. And the Hornets 11 of 21 from three-point range. We mentioned the fact that they're a great three-point shooting team. They have a lot of guys that can do it. They hit the threes when they needed to. They were down midway through the first quarter, went on a 29-9 run to take a 10-point lead in the second, 13-point lead in the third. Seattle cut it to 2, and it was an even game from that point in the fourth period.
Yes, it was. And again, Seattle, just some costly mistakes, some turnovers. It kills a coaching staff. It kills players when you don't even get a shot off in crunch time. And again, that's the thing that I think that they'll probably harp on the most.
Well, the Sonics have a lot they can draw upon because they'll meet Charlotte in a short period of time, just about a week and a half, when they take their trip out east. And we'll see the Hornets in the Hive. Well, good win for the Charlotte Hornets. This is the third leg of 6 out on the West Coast. They're now 1-2 on the trip. The Sonics head out to Anaheim to meet the LA Clippers in a couple of nights and then follow that with a trip to Phoenix. Seattle goes to 37-16 on the year. The Charlotte Hornets are 35-21. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.